that what's happening?
Put it in the notes.
Rabbit.
Add it to the minutes.
Rabbit.
Add it to the word cloud.
Did you do it?
We're recording now, so put that in the word cloud.
Sexy Gallagher.
I just typed sexy Gallagher with no...
Wait, where did Sexy Gallagher
I'm
times come
for
from?
OC.
Oh, we were talking about K-pop.
Right. That
Oh,
makes
is it
perfect
sexy
sense.
Gallagher
Mhm.
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There.
because it, you know, it's, yeah. Because Gallagher's sexy on his own. You know, that's sort of like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. A man's man from a time gone by. But
Oh.
That
this
doesn't
is...
understand
I've
how
never
real
thought
life
that
works.
when
This
I
is a more
watched...
modern. The man wields a sledgehammer with precision. That
He
is
is a redhead.
That is someone who has strength and finesse.
Have you ever
That's what
seen...
he's got going for him.
And he's smart because...
Yeah, he is.
Because, yeah, he's like, look should be spelled with eyes.
So he
Yes.
has 3 out of 5 of his stats in the 7th C sheet.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
maxed out.
Yeah, 100%.
Did I bring it in? Did
No,
I help?
I popped this open to add
Sexy
sexy
Gallagher
Gallagher time, and the previous statement is church on the boob. So that got me all over again.
The most divine cleavage.
So,
I feel like that needs to be a band name, but I'm not
Oh, dude,
creative enough
we can
to
serve
figure it
like
out.
tongue burritos at the Catholic tiki bar,
oh yeah, there you
and
go.
it can be church tongue.
At St. Vivian's.
Hell yeah.
That's what it is in my head.
No, I know.
No, in my head it's the confessional.
No,
Because you go in to confess your sins.
I was a bit of a fan of what was it, the pulpit? The pulpit just sounded like it hit, but
Just because it has pit in it.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well,
yeah, you know.
that's added on there. Like,
Oh no, yeah, the tabernacle was the one that I was like,
The tabernacle.
yeah, that's it's a cuss word where I'm from.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. So yeah, church on the boob. I sort of recall the context of this, but it's still
Right.
funny. Also,
Nah.
what's the aura equivalent of a boner?
A boner. It's just a boner.
Like a very visible boner.
Dude, JC was looking at her phone and she just goes, "Whoa." I'm like, "What? Whoa?" And she shows me that TikTok of that fucking dude who has a dong the size of his arm, and him and his girlfriend. It's not it's not out, but he's like wearing very loose small shorts, and she's like climbing around on him, and he's like pulling her and flipping around like they're doing sort of like gymnastic stuff.
Honestly, I think you must have edema.
And then maybe, and then you know,
There's something wrong there, or elephant, whatever that was.
yeah,
called.
elephantitis, yeah.
Mm.
And so yeah, the comments are just a riot. They're like, "Wow, the three of you are doing really great. Good job." It's like he straight up tried to grab that instead of her arm to pull her through his legs. Wow. It's like she didn't even use the ladder that was there. It's just amazing. It was stunning.
It's like, is he wearing like sweatpants?
I was stunned, kinda.
Who, in the words of Josh Anderson, are boner highlighters, sweatpants.
Or like 3-legged pants. 'Cause
Right,
it needs a third leg.
Yep.
Boner pants. Anyway.
That was a weird conversation when that quote came up.
More to the left.
So.
Or more north, you know,
More
just
the
get
right.
it lodged up in there and
Should we like save the governor?
Well,
have
Yes.
we? No.
Well, he made it out.
He's dead.
Ricardo came back.
he's dead.
He's dead.
The governor's fine.
Is he though?
Yeah.
He's
Fine.
He's probably a clone.
Also, Rafa killed Raffaella.
Should have eaten her.
Yeah,
I
It's
wouldn't have
not that
minded.
bad.
you could have.
Oh, then it wouldn't be original. Okay.
I eat people all the time.
Oh, see?
You gotta find something else.
I know, right?
You gotta find
Jimena
other
is
shit.
passed out.
It's like
entirely.
90s wrestling.
I
You
haven't
gotta
even
find another
actually fucked a
gimmick.
bear, so like that's not real.
That's the one that eats
Your
people.
whole persona is a lie.
It is, and no, but it was originally by design, but now I'm just living the lie, and it's. I don't know how to. I've become the lie.
You're like, I'm too far in now. Like I can't.
I don't know where Rethel ends and Shawn Mendes starts.
Juan Mendes?
Thank you.
You're not Sean
No,
Mendes.
there's-
I'm Shawn Mendes in Ison. or in
Yeah.
in the Emerald Isles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's an evolution of my name actually.
Yeah, we just
Um,
haven't traveled really far out. So
Well, no, yeah. So for those who are
there's a whole
invested,
list of names.
my first trade name was in Avalon, Sean Scrim for Scrimshaw because that's my specialty. And then in Montaigne it was Jean Mendil. Mondu. There we go. EAU.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a little bit. Because I would say shit and they'd be like, dude. Yeah, it's great. And then when I got to Castilla, it was Juan Mendez, and so that's why it's
Yeah, and there was already a Mendez.
Sean, John, Juan,
Yeah,
Johannes.
There was a
yeah. Just there's a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the party's pretty much done, right?
Well,
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh well.
there's some bomb fireworks that happened.
Literally.
Then there was fighting,
bomb
and then there
fireworks.
was
Yep, and then
actual bomb.
Yeah. What's fucking crazy captain's deal? Jesus. Like,
he left.
do we have to kill him?
No,
I think he's just an extremist.
Well,
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to kill the governor. He was trying to blow up the prophet sword.
Yeah.
Okay. Still felt like there was some.
He doesn't care about collateral damage. That's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Because it still felt very Bastille Day, and it was like,
Yes.
whoa. Okay.
He just doesn't.
He wants to liberate Lisa by all enemies.
extremes.
Okay.
Yeah,
He doesn't care. It's for the
the
greater cause.
good. Yeah,
If I lose 3 innocent people or whatever, yeah, it's just
But that's okay because we would be rescuing the 3 innocent people,
Yep.
and then,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Was it you or Rabbit that actually found out that what's his name can't be a Jose because he's actually the Prince of Castile?
well, he's a lady. He's a girl.
yeah.
yep.
Oh, right. The boy's a girl?
Well,
Yeah.
It was-
Marilena,
Dude looks like a lady. Sorry.
Marilena
Okay.
is the one
Yeah.
that saw
I
all
don't
of
think
this
I
stuff.
actually shared any of that, though.
Yeah, what?
Well, I don't think
Oh,
any of us
it's
have
a
talked to
different
each
song.
other yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
Whoa. Fucking Tom Jones.
Because
It's very many.
when we left off last time, it was like right in the aftermath.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've.
Marilena's passed out. Yeah, because we
Or
went
Jimena
way
is
over.
passed out.
Jimena is passed out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you murdered everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
little slugger's all tuckered out.
Oh yeah, it says
Well-
I
Yeah,
can't. I
because
can't
she went
say.
full Dark Phoenix and like.
Really
Yeah,
takes it out of
in,
her. She's gonna need so much bread to recover.
the aftermath right now, like the crowd's like blood frenzy is finally dying out. There's still the somewhat unsettling sound of crackling fires as the body of the priesthood is just burning,
Yeet.
right? Marilena, as you come down, because
Yeah,
all the people that were with you basically
guard building.
fucked off. You see people like digging through the rubbles, and
Does it look like my vision though?
well, there's very little damage that wasn't done to the prophet sword. Collateral damage has been kept to a minimum somehow.
Well, we still have a bunch of assholes stuck in the wall, so
Yep. Oh yeah. They're still out there.
Gnarly.
as Zhenya slowly walks out and just folds her arms. Are you
Prob-
done being bad people?
People throwing tomatoes at
Probably
them.
not.
Yeah. No,
Oh yeah,
there's-
hecka.
Yeah.
Some
We're
of
probably
the
lots of
ones that were
tomatoes.
We're
still-
probably giving them tomatoes, right?
Unfortunately, some of the ones, well, maybe you don't care, but some of the ones that were lower onto the walls are no longer alive because the crowd took care of that.
Yeah.
Even though
The earth
part of the
will
crowd
reclaim
at
it.
this point
Yeah.
is starting to sort of sober up from all of this and are like, hey, just don't, right? Like it's okay, right? Like we'll be fine. Like you don't need to go crazy on this. Inside the building, if any of you wander in there, which I think, Zhenya, that's where you are headed, because that's where
Ricardo is, yeah.
You arrive to see.
No, that's not. I'm sorry. I did not go in looking for him because he knows he's supposed to come back to me.
That's
I'm
right.
taking care of people who are hurt in the collateral damage.
Well-
I was rallying those folk.
Marlena, you're now outside.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you all head out? There.
Someone's gonna have to pick me up and take me.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of where I was like,
You know, Jimena is just
yeah.
Jimena is like curled in a ball with like.
I think I was one of the closest, so yeah,
tracks
I would,
down her
yeah,
I would
face.
definitely pick you up.
There's a
and-
circle around Jimena where
Oh, it's
people
tight.
have not approached.
Hell yeah,
Right?
no, yeah.
They're sort of like you can see looks of concern, like is she okay? Right?
I
But
just pick her up like a sack of potatoes.
nobody's getting closer.
What time is it now?
It is now.
Does it feel like it might be sleep time for me because I'm an early sleeper?
Yeah, but it's about like it's past early evening.
Huh. It's earlier than I thought.
Sundown was when the festivities were supposed to start. So, and you didn't make it that far into the program before the shit hit the fan.
I would take Jimena to whatever triage space is set up with Jenya,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then just be like, just needs a nap.
yeah. There's a lot of people that are having trouble reconciling what happened. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lady that Genia has to constantly watch because she's pretty much in hysterics at this point. Like, she keeps repeating, "They fired on us," like over and over and over, right?
Anyone who is suffering hysterics is going to get a dose of the road virtue.
yeah.
Eat this pickled thing.
I will,
Yeah.
I will spend the hero point to just
Yeah.
calm everyone down.
You got it.
Once I've set her down, I'm probably gonna move over to people who are not in hysterics or obviously super injured, and just like start picking stuff up and like look at them pointedly like, I'm doing a thing. You should do a thing.
You notice that spot, like the triage spot, has now assembled a diverse group of people who are sort of all pitching in. There's commoners in there. There's
That's what I want.
some of. There's obviously some of Perez's guard that are helping. You see a few folks that seem to have discarded their prophet sword garments and are now helping with the crowd. There's members of the clergy also helping, and you also notice that Inquisitor Muzabi is there with Elohim.
And Fatima?
Yeah,
Oh,
Fatima
nice.
is also there.
They
Like,
keep making out in the middle of it. It's weird.
No, they're not actually making out. They're just giving soulful
With each other's
glances.
eyes,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
she's
That shared
basically
trauma, man. Best aphrodisiac.
he's in there helping people. She's basically commandeering the rest of the clergy.
That's
Like, she's
what's up.
organizing them, and
Well, she is the regional manager. She can do
basically
that.
she's taking charge.
Is Isaac there in triage? Because
Nope, he's not in triage.
one of the last things I wrote down was that he was kind of weak in the knees from all this stuff.
Well,
I can never
he's
remember.
in that back building, and that's where Ricardo is
Isaac.
supposed to be too. Neither of them have
Jimena
made it back out.
Has fainted. You should keep watch over her.
No, he came back out.
No, he's still in there.
Oh. Then how do we...
He's already dead.
No, he came out and told us that the governor was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
you keep
he-
looking at my notes right now.
No,
They-
I'm
Oh, that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm like... that's... do the space, like...
No, they returned in
Okay,
because there's still
Okay, well, then
wounded
he's fine.
members of
so they came out with back in. Okay.
Perez's guard
I was like, no, that fucker came out.
in that gatehouse.
Yes.
Yeah, San Francisco's long gone.
Oh.
I was waiting for
Trying to help a
Megan just
raccoon
to be
out.
like,
Anybody else?
Just
The-
fist bump.
I think I'm
Yeah, I know.
When I was a little kid, my grandma was not allowed to corporally punish us, but she would threaten us by going like this. And
Gonna hit
that's
you.
how we knew we were in trouble, was she'd do this and we'd be like, shit, no, I'm so sorry, Grandma. I looked over and you were like, and I was like, what did I do?
Trigger.
I can punch you.
Your
Please
grandma.
don't.
Your
Sorry, I
grandma
was 6.
like-
I was 6 years old again, and I didn't know.
Your grandma was a master
just
from like a
trying to give you
70s kung fu
sweets.
movie and was like, my fist is locked and I can no longer use it because it kills people. Don't make me use my forbidden techniques on you.
This is my reverse katana.
Yep, that's
Like-
right.
Obviously, there was never any follow through because my mom was very clear with my grandma that she was not allowed to hit us. But the threat was enough because you were pretty sure, like,
One day.
one day
She'll
she'll
give a
actually.
shit what mom says.
Right? Like, someday it'll actually happen, and I don't want to be there when
Yeah,
that
no.
day comes.
No.
I will die, and one of them will die, and it will just be,
Right.
it'll just be
That
die.
grandma threat is enough.
Well,
My grandma would like hiss our name like between her teeth, and it was like, yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
And maybe it's time we fucking calm the fuck down.
no, we just got the spoon.
No, the spoon. Yeah.
My Lola was actually really nice to us.
Well, it's great to be you, and I'm just kidding.
Well, you're one grandparent, one biological grandparent that you got to know. Right?
No, she was.
No, she was actually my step grandma.
Yeah, but your Lola
Step
was.
grandma. Oh yes,
Yeah.
my
I
Lola.
hear they got a vaccine for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he mellowed out, sort of like your dad, because
Well,
according to your dad, he wasn't always the
Yeah, like at that age, like when I met him, he was like in his 60s. He was. I mean, he taught me how to read.
right.
He
I
wasn't. He
remember
wasn't
that.
chasing people down anymore.
No.
No.
Although Sally's grandma did chase her grandfather around with a machete because the Philippines are no fucking joke.
Well,
Oh,
Admit-
young love.
Yeah.
admittedly, I think it was because he was being a playboy.
Well,
No,
So
older
Leanna
love.
deserved it.
right. Yep.
So did wild oats, as they say.
My grandpa was the opposite. My grandpa was so whipped for my fucking grandma. He created a monster,
It's usually one of the others, it seems, that is.
right?
Right.
Because she always got her way
Yeah,
when it came to my grandpa.
yeah.
She ruled the roost.
There's like no deterrence anywhere.
Something rooster.
Yeah. Well, he is a gallardo, so
Oh,
literally rooster.
there you go.
Or is my grandma the gallardo? I don't remember. One of them was a gallardo.
So everyone's inside, but us.
Yeah. If you go into the back room, you find an assortment of guards from Perez's entourage. A few of them bought it. There's the bodies of a few of the assailants, same ones that were trying to scale the wall. They wear nondescript clothing, but many of them bear symbols of the prophet sword on them. So they were not showing as Winter Sun, but you know, there were probably more of them than the outfit indicated. And yeah, there's a group of soldiers, like some of them are on basically makeshift stretchers, like either passed out or obviously in pain. The ones that are up and not in too bad a shape are either tending to the wounds. There's also a circle of them. They're basically like just sitting down at this point, and there's a flask being passed around. Amongst them are Ricardo and Isaac, who keeps getting the flask pushed back in his direction, even though he seems like he's sort of done with the drinks at this point. Like he looks white as a sheet, but you know, just 1,000-yard stare for a little bit. The behind them is the unfurled flag of Odisseo on the wall. There's an arrow stuck through it, but it is.
It's there.
That just
Still
stabilizes
intact.
it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I want to do anything else because I feel like I did all the things like earlier. Unless we want to get back together to
Yeah, you can probably tell them like
You hear
we're
the coat
outside.
go.
debrief.
Yeah.
Well, there's certain things I was told that I can't tell because I was given that info in confidence.
Yeah, the lady that was in charge earlier like steps back in eventually and tells basically like the assembled entourage that it is fully confirmed that Governor Perez has made it back to his manor safely with Captain de Landeville.
Ooh.
They're on their
Does
close
he
guard.
like pick him up and cross over the threshold? and
The
everything?
details
Princess
are omitted, so you can use your imagination. as to
Redacted,
how this-
redacted.
Yeah.
The
However,
fanfic is going to be lascivious.
basically, there's like I'm not gonna tell you how it is, so insert your fanfic here.
Lascivious.
But yeah, she then asks one of her subordinates to take the names of the dead so that the families can be informed and at earliest convenience
Who is
to
this lady?
move the wounded back to the guard gatehouse. She seems to be an officer working. She's one of the guardsmen. So you saw her earlier when you passed through. She was the one sort of calling the shots to
Oh,
everybody who was in here.
As long as she's not Julia Lombardo.
No.
Ugh.
At least not that you can tell.
No, man.
Yeah. Evie rolls over in her sleep.
That's right.
I'm just like, murder dress? Do we still have murdering left to do today?
Murder dress, do as you will.
Right? Dress take the wheel.
Eventually it's just gonna propel me across the room and I'm not even moving.
Or be tight.
That would be really weird.
It's like watching The Exorcism all
It's
over
gonna
again.
be like when Raven goes full.
Mhm.
What's her dad's name? Azeroth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
no, it is.
Azatoth?
Azeroth is correct.
Yeah.
Really, is Azeroth?
Levitating.
Isn't that like...
Yes!
Okay.
Isn't that like World of Warcraft?
Yeah, that's also the continent of World of Warcraft. So, not that they couldn't be the same name.
Probably.
So yeah, things are dropping
Azeroth?
down. People are trying to get the civilians out to safety. There's actually reports
Apparently
being
it's
written.
Trigon, but Azeroth is something she says when she's doing her spell.
Yeah. Something
Uh-huh.
Azeroth is still or whatever.
Yes.
Sounds like the name of an Andalite from Animorphs.
That's fair. Anyway,
So his
Anyway,
name's
yes.
Trigon?
Continue.
No.
Trigon
Ty. Fucking weeb.
with an O.
Fucking weed.
Yeah, I grabbed one of the ex-Winter Sons. I'm like, hey, whoever you think, start a list for your guys too. You know, that's a lot of bodies. There's gonna be an accounting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He sort of looks back for a second at the muddy spot where Rafaela fell. Yeah, it there's like a mix of like, I don't know, disgust and fear that passes over his features, and yeah,
Good.
he start to it's not pretty.
I'm like, and report it to the captain over there.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I'm wondering is when whether one of the last two on the list will just come after us. It can't have like gotten past their notice that we were involved in all the other
I was actually
deaths.
thinking about that. I'm like, we need to find a way for you guys to have like a meeting and then just put me and Zhenya in like a cart under some hay. And then when shit just goes off, we'll just be like, surprise! You know, just put us in a giant cake or some shit. I don't know.
Honestly, if they came after us, it wouldn't be a good time for them.
Come on.
Gonna be on our turf? Yeah.
I want to hear Rethel sing "Happy Birthday, Mr. President."
I
Coming out of a
fucking will.
giant
Yeah,
cake.
me and Magnus will do a 2-part harmony. Let's fucking go.
Damn.
Just beautiful.
Just covered in whipped cream, like predator style, right? Just
Things are
camouflage.
happening.
Just
Somebody needs to make
rising
that
out of the
art.
cake.
That's right. Dear God.
So yeah, things are winding down there, and even the guard are starting to encourage people to leave the plaza just for security reasons, right? Like
Me and Magnus need a brunette so we can be a Neapolitan together.
oh yes, right. It's true.
Is Magnus a...
He's a redhead.
He's a flaming redhead?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I'm the blonde.
Yeah.
Aw.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
All good.
I mean, my mind's just like, oh.
Yep.
That's happening now.
The manga. The manga's so good.
That's a sandwich.
Yep. You need the brunette to be like the beardless Norseman,
Right.
so that you hit all the types.
Get your Keely in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so things are winding down here. Eventually, once the soldiers are mostly accounted for, Ricardo and Isak actually leave. Ricardo sort of has to prop Isak up a little bit, not because he's wounded, but because all the adrenaline has left his body, and
That's just it.
yeah.
If I see that, I'm like, oh, there's a spot over in the triage tent right over there. It'd probably be a good place for him to rest up.
He'll be fine.
Oh, it'll be better if he rests. Whatever. All right, yeah.
Stop unknowingly cock blocking me while I'm unconscious.
I mean,
Jimena stirs in her sleep. No.
you don't fucking know.
No, don't tell me to go away.
Did you say something?
Bread.
That's what I thought.
Right.
Although I do imagine at some point, just because backstory, Jimena probably at some point starts crying in her sleep because she's probably having
Oh,
flashbacks or
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah. Way to bring it back. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If there's any torches, things start getting weird.
Like flicker, flicker, flicker.
Yeah,
and all that.
flickering.
They start to burn off the edges.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Sort of.
but I've burnt the point so that everyone feels calm in my presence.
Yeah.
She's not with you right now. She's
Also-
far away.
Dreams are
she's-
weird.
I'm like, well, her body is with me.
Emotionally, mentally. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, no, yeah. It probably balances out.
Jimena isn't here right now.
Yeah, please leave a message.
After
Evine,
that-
are you
Leave a message after the infernal screaming.
That's right, yeah.
Evine, are you
Working
sort of
in,
gathering with that group? Are you taking any specific actions in the aftermath?
Oh, FYI, I just literally just messaged Lisa this, but I am still working this night and cannot stop working because it is
Gotcha.
almost event time.
Boo.
But I can answer this question. But if I don't answer, just tell Lisa to like message me or something.
No
'Cause
worries.
I'm video editing. So,
And I can.
Mhm.
There's some tasks for Evine to tackle as well. So if you need the space, I'll send you some things.
I mean, even if he was or wasn't doing stuff, we wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, you wouldn't
either
know.
way.
Exactly. But for now, I don't think I'd be doing any specific actions in the aftermath. So, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, eventually you all assemble in the now fast emptying courtyard. Marlene, you see a detachment of soldiers pass by you. A grimy looking Angel passes by you as well and sort of tips his hat on his way
Nod back.
on his way to whatever other assignment they are taking. A lot of the bodies have now been taken out, and the area is just being secured. Somebody is writing furiously what looks like to be a report of the incident, as one person like dictates more or less like a narrative, right? They're currently at a part talking about how the Winter Sun opened fire on the civilian crowd.
Who's saying that?
Basically, somebody wearing the uniform of Perez's guards is dictating that to what looks like to be some kind of a scribe. You can only assume that an official report is being filed. Who is carrying the passed out? Jimena, are you still...
Oh, we're gonna relocate?
Right now, the plaza is getting emptied, so nobody is asking you to leave.
Might be
Quite
nice to
yet,
go somewhere more
but-
comfortable, though.
I mean, when things look like they're in hand, Jenny, like, all right, I have to get people out of the wall.
I guess.
What? Oh, can't we leave?
I mean, they're up there hanging like this.
It's
like,
they're gonna start dropping things.
They're part of
and
the
it's gonna
structure.
smell. And
They're gonna die and stink up the wall.
I'm also
yeah.
gonna lose part of my magic if I don't,
Okay.
because I have to extend kindness even if they're my enemies.
Fine.
If someone needs help, I have to help
So
them.
yeah, when I see that happen, I'm like, oh, I guess the party's over. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
there's
we know.
people. There's people waiting. If you express that this is what you're gonna do, like, there's people waiting to take these people into custody.
Okay, custody, not just death. Okay.
No.
She's like, can't bring them
At this
down.
point,
and we're doing that.
the populace has sort of broken down at this point, and it's mostly just the guards left. You find when you break the spell and the people that get released from the wall that they're not combative in the slightest.
Oh, good.
Like, they get arrested. A couple of them are weeping openly.
Yeah, you believe in your prophet now, don't you?
Well, that's yeah. There's no resistance, and they are basically taken into custody. There's a list of charges getting leveled against them. You notice that a few of the folks that help with the triage are also been taken into custody.
Yeah. That's
So-
just how it's gonna be.
Yeah. One of the officers turned towards you and says, "Thank you for helping bringing these poor sobs out of the wall. I'm not gonna ask.
I put them in there. I should take them out.
I surmised, which is why I'm not going to ask. But I appreciate the support nonetheless.
Of course.
We'll handle the cleanup here.
A couple guards with large machetes go.
Yeah.
They were not sure how to get them down otherwise.
Well, we
Right.
started a committee.
Yeah, somebody was just like, "Oh, this is gonna be gross."
Yep. And it would have been.
Right. You notice that there's a wood saw propped near the wall, like one of those big ones that required two people.
Oh.
So, You can only imagine the kind of
Brainstorming.
conferences that were happening outside of this wall.
Yep.
just two old widows, just like,
Yep.
So do we cut them?
Yes. There's two soldiers in particular.
Lots of sighing.
One that looks very old and one that looks much less seasoned, and the younger soldier like lets out a sigh of relief. The older one is eating an apple and doesn't seem fazed by much of it, but
Just a.
But yeah.
That's new.
once you bring him out of the wall, the old man like takes another bite of the apple and says, "Well, fair enough," and sort of lifts up from the barrel he was sitting on.
I don't know whose foot I just
It was
touched.
mine.
Oh.
Like, oh.
Scandal.
She's stuck at the step again.
No,
No,
she went in your room.
Oh, she gotta go chug water.
Okay.
She
Oh yeah, I
she
can hear her
done
doing it.
taking snacks out of the litter box.
She doesn't take. She's never really done that. Not since she was a puppy, but
Thank goodness.
she just really likes the running water.
Mm.
So she goes in my room, chugs Sasha's water, and then I'm like, great, it's empty again. Burn out this.
The
motor.
engine, yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me I gotta put more water in
Right, yeah.
Leah's thing. It was
Anyway.
making noise.
They're like, you
earlier.
should watch that thing once a week. I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Right?
Look, if I get it once a week, once a month.
Yeah.
But I do at least. What? No, you're fine.
Anyway,
Gesundheit. Yeah. uh-huh.
yeah, and then she,
Mhm.
does that
Yep.
for a minute.
Good job. So yeah, once I see that the party's actually over, I go grab him and a less sack of potatoes.
Something a little nicer this
Yeah.
time.
Little more threshold situation.
Yeah,
I find a
him and
wheelbarrow.
Jimena's stirring in her sleep. There's probably some unpleasantness happening.
I get a tarper, some discarded rags, and just chuck them in there. I'm like, little bower in the barrow. I'm like, oh yes, like the one time I was with the bachelor party. Good times. If I see any loaves of bread, I just tuck them in there next to her like a stuffed animal. Yeah, there you go.
In the cart, Isak looks like he's about to ask, and Ricardo like lifts an eyebrow, like looking at Isak, and he's like, "You know that's bait." Ask
He's suddenly Mad Max.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, you
You're
have
gonna
a.
have words with Ricardo when she wakes up.
Well, he was more meaning like Isak was about to ask about the bachelor party that Rethold was part of, and
Oh yeah, no, yeah. That's
and
it.
Ricardo was like, "Well, you can ask, but
That's the key to A, getting people to ask you to tell stories, and B, telling a good story.
yep."
It's all about the setup.
You can do it.
Also for comedy.
She's been pretending that she can't recently.
Just rested her fucking chin on there like, oh no, come on.
Come on, you can do it. There you go.
Yeah, you got enough energy to hop up on our knees. You can't get up that one step.
Right.
Come on.
You climb up my fucking chair.
That's right.
It's only if paths are happening that she's gonna get the energy.
Fucking Dickinson. Awesome.
So if I'm not asked about the bachelor party, I just sort of mutter, "Oh yeah, there was the song too," and then I start singing some raunchy fucking drinking song invest in. So it's like, no one. This is for me.
Jimena, the song filters into your dreams. It's just weirdness because it's all like sad, black and white memories you're revisiting about your family.
But off to the side, there's a mead hall, and there's a line of different types of people.
It's like the only part in color. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
and each of them has a
Yeah.
unique, distinctive
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
apparently there's something going on with them, and
You don't understand the words, but like it sounds like it's raunchy somehow.
everyone's a kind of a sexual caricature, and they slowly diminish down to the most curvaceous one, and it's a whole thing.
So are you heading back to your house?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you-
the smartest.
Oh yeah, that's where the wheelbarrow's going.
Okay. You roll back in. Your whole entourage comes into the house.
Gently up the steps into the living room, and then slowly tip onto the fireplace, the hearth, as is her post.
I mean, I do have a bed. I just
Yeah.
usually end up sleeping by the fire.
That's where you're
Yeah.
safe. That's your safe space. Yeah,
Because it's
That's
closer
your-
to the
you
food.
got,
Yeah.
you got your little
You
harem.
get the smell of fresh bread.
Yeah, you got your little harem pillows there. It's good. So I'm like, there she goes. Good.
I'm gonna go upstairs and put the murder dress away.
Yeah, into a fucking locked box.
Yep.
No,
If I
it's
knew any
still
better.
got work left to
I
do.
know.
Yep.
Tony knows. Rethel doesn't.
That's right. As you take the dress off, there's the hair on the back of your neck raises, and you feel like the night breeze says, "I told you, tonight everything changes."
Fucking told you.
You said that before. Also, please don't do that while I'm naked.
The dress says,
Nothing.
"Now that I'm a woman."
There's nothing. No response. Only the lascivious fluttering of your curtains
Damn it,
against
why are the
your
curtains
open window.
open?
Rude.
The
I'm
dress.
sure I closed these.
Right?
I lean my head out and say, I'm married! Then I close it.
Blah. Blah.
Whoa. Wow. That's
Oh god. It's...
Tastes like burning.
Look, mother, I'm a dragon.
There's an impromptu night meal getting laid out. Veronica knows her work well, and food is brought out.
I think I come back down in like the fluffiest robe. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah,
Like
I'm
at
gonna...
the Four Seasons status.
Leisure.
That's right. Marlena comes
Dropped it
down
in the
the
Discord
stairs.
for you, Rabbit.
Marlena comes down the stairs, and turns out she invented sweatpants.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ricardo breaks out the booze. There's wine and hard liquor getting added to the middle of the table, and this just feels like a communal meal.
He gets
At
his
this point.
checkup.
Yeah. He pats Isak again on the back as he puts a glass in front of him, and Isak just pushes the glass off. Like, Isak is looking like glassy-eyed at that point.
Oh, honey.
He may or may not have gotten many drinks offered to him.
Sweet
Wait,
child.
Isaac came home with us. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
He's here for the party too.
Ricardo sort of took him in. Yeah, like at this point, like there's some conversation striking, and I will leave it up to you how much you're sharing about what you may or may not have witnessed during the evening.
Oh, it's Rethold's quest story. He got to do the honors.
I mean, everybody got to all see it. I was like,
Not Ricardo and Isak.
oh,
That's right.
They were inside,
oh,
so it's Rethold's story to tell.
Yep. Neither did Marilena because she was inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in a different building.
oh, yeah. Well,
Well, I was there for part of that battle, though.
Yep. You just didn't see Rethold squeezing the life out of Raphael.
Neither did Jimena, but she still passed out.
You saw Rethold about to descend upon her.
Before the flames.
I'm not even sure what I need to explain that hasn't been. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
I would probably just talk about probably like how my visions played out for the most part. Let me go look at them again. So Don Francisco is basically not a super villain, but also not a law-abiding citizen.
Not a great guy.
He's a super nutbag.
Yeah.
He just wants to liberate Lisa by any means possible. His charge is well, I strongly suspected that he was actually royalty, and apparently he is.
Something of the like.
We're not supposed to know that, but
There's lots of stuff we weren't supposed to do.
If there are things you need me to not know because you don't want me to tell anyone, you need to not tell me.
Oh no.
Because if someone asks me, I cannot lie. Or I can, but then I won't be of any use for a while.
Well, I didn't tell you everything, so it's fine.
Great. Jenny excuses herself to go fill the hearth cup.
I wasn't
with
really
liquor.
going to say anything else beyond that.
Right?
Just
Well, there was another name that came up, and I don't know if you mentioned that or not.
I'm trying to see what I can say. So yeah, he's some sort of royalty. There was another name. Where's this other name? Damn it. I just saw it and I'm like,
You're going to have to, in parentheses, put the word name after every name you write down, so you can just search name.
probably, I don't know. I know what the name is, I just can't remember where it is. Okay. I don't remember who that is though. Amadeo. I don't remember who
It's
it is.
basically like Amadeo
Oh, never
is
mind.
captive, right?
Sure.
Captive?
Well, that's the gist of it.
Oh, yes. I see. Wait, did I know who that was?
You didn't, but
Because I never wrote down that I knew who it was.
The dress did.
if you mention the name out loud, it wasn't mentioned when you were there.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You told me that after. I say the boy can well, it was only mentioned in passing, really, but apparently there is a somebody named Amadeo. And the boy who is some sort of royalty cannot reach him and is here in the meantime to learn more about the people that his family serves or rules over, or both.
As you say this, like Ricardo's brow furrows a little bit, and he says, Amadeo, like Amadeo Sandoval, like good King Sandoval.
Very likely. Looks to see if Jimmy's not here.
Yeah, no, I'm off.
Okay.
I'm communing with the
Jenya purposefully walked away because she knew secrets were going to be
Yep.
talked
Yep.
about.
I'm gonna go talk to the fucking
The ficus.
no. Damn it, Lisa.
The fern.
The Domovoy.
Thank
Oh,
you, the
God.
Domovoy in the kitchen.
The sourdough starter.
Yes. I'm gonna offer him a beverage other than tea tonight in celebration and thank him for
Okay, that's my memory is
continuing
like
to protect our home.
confused because you told me stuff I wasn't supposed to know in game after we played the session, and now I'm trying to
Rude!
remember
What?
parts I'm not supposed to know.
Well, if you didn't write it, then you don't know. You don't know it.
Okay, that works. That's fair.
No, nothing.
So yeah, I say Probably.
So what's the boy relation to Sandoval?
I have theories.
I was like, I have no idea.
Well, my theory is that the boy was related by blood, and I believe.
Oh, that's right. We're man and the Iron masking this shit.
That
Yep.
can be.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something clever for that, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
It just wasn't coming.
Sandoval's an only child.
Nah.
So was Jesus.
There are many
So
things
was
that
I.
people tell you
Did Fael
that
get
may
up
not
off the step
actually
yet?
be true.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
Well, that
Pails
could
over here.
change a lot of things.
Drooling
Yes,
all
but
over
that
the
is
floor.
why we cannot share this information.
Okay.
Isaac is sort of looking at the table like, I don't know what I got myself into.
I just nod at him with my eyes real wide. I'm like, oh yeah.
You have no
Well, you're one of us now.
Ricardo,
If you leave, we'll have to kill you.
If you couldn't figure out why we can walk into the governor's office anytime we want, I think it's apparent now.
Ricardo like just shakes his head a little bit and pours himself another drink and says, well, unreachable would make sense at this point. The boy king was taken to Vatican City. Verdugo took him away from the capital for some reason, but many in loyalist circles think that it's because Sandoval is turning not to be the puppet that Cardinal Verdugo was hoping him to be.
He's a slave to fashion.
So, Eugenia.
Sorry. No, I'm not here. I'm not here.
I swear I'm not here.
Well, you just hear
You
Zhenya.
hear a under the table and then scurrying sounds.
At the mention of Cardinal Verdugo, Jimena sits up.
You snap the loaf in half.
She's still unconscious.
Suddenly the hearth has a
Yeah.
fire in it, even though it didn't before.
Basically, she sits up, all the fire, any lanterns, anything, flares up for a second, and then she, lies back down.
You hear a string of Usuran curses because Zhenya's been hanging out in the oven.
Oh no!
Yeah, with the dumb boy.
Yes.
Yep.
She'll come back with no eyebrows eventually.
That's fine. You can regrow those.
Yeah, they grow back.
I just imagine Isaac being like, are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, nobody's addressing it
No.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Wait.
Ricardo
Are we gonna talk
is
about what?
seated near Jimena.
Because as far as everyone in Castilla is concerned,
All the
fire witches
users,
don't exist anymore
Yeah.
because the church wiped them out.
They
because
were all burnt at the stake.
heretics. That's what happened to her family.
Right.
She's
When this
alive,
display
you boy.
happens, Ricardo was in the process.
Except for her cousin.
Ricardo
That's
was in the
right.
process of pouring
Forget
himself
about
another
Rodrigo.
drink, and he just dodges a little bit out of the way, to let it happen, and Jimena sits back down, and as Isaac is just about to say something, he's just
No.
stop.
Because
Just let
and
it
that's
wash
part of the
over you.
reason
Yeah.
why Jimena is so traumatized is
Oh, yeah.
because the church fucked up because anyone who actually has the firepower can't be burned at the stake. So
Yeah.
everyone that they killed were people that didn't have it.
Yeah.
So
Ricardo's basically like, you saw my wife to be turned into a bird.
Right.
We're not talking about the fire start over here.
That's right.
You don't want to know what I can do.
So
Ricardo is just
Oh.
no one did
Oh,
anything to
what
you. You're
happened?
fine.
Fael, come here.
Just her feelings,
I
Yeah.
like her mother. Vigorous nodding.
Ricardo's just lowering closer to the table as this comes up, and he runs a hand through his hair.
Oh, so
And in Castilian, he's just this is a bundle of trouble. I don't know what to do with any of this. I'm gonna have to not say things to my wife and my future wife, and try to be creative.
Yep.
Um,
If you don't want to spill the beans,
Then you should have walked away too.
you might
Yeah.
as well go join her.
Ricardo sort of gestures at the assembly around, and he's like, none of us get to walk away. You know this. We just get swept in.
Sorry.
Besides, you're gonna need all of us.
You need us.
Dude, I don't have choice either. Fate does as it will.
Are you pissed at me now? I can't tell.
You hear from the kitchen, Matushka will not let me go until everything is fixed.
Genia, at your side, as if after you left the table, you go to refill the cup, and then at the corner of your eye, there's this large, fat, tabby cat
Yes.
that sort of jumps down from one of the cupboards, and after you look next, there's the old man is seated near the earth, and he's drinking from a cup that looks exactly like the one you put on the hearth itself, except it can't be it because you're actually filling this
Yeah,
one.
I'm holding it.
But
I know his ways.
yeah.
Calm yourself.
And then he says, very matter of fact, your family is safe. Although there's been eyes around the house.
I had a feeling there would be.
Don't worry.
Let's fucking go. Sorry, yeah.
I'm not going to let any of them in. And then he slurps from the cup
Unless you say so.
very noisily.
Yeah,
like
let's fucking go.
it's like somebody eating like pasta, like
Like just-
really obnoxiously, like just like a big old
Just noodles.
Yep.
Yep.
And he smacks his lips like after the drink. He says like it got worse since the past couple of nights.
Fucking tell us. Let's go. Come on.
Many eyes or a few eyes?
I got 3.
A few
I got 3 marks still. Let's
good
fucking go.
eyes. They're being cautious. They're scared to step on the lawn.
Yeah, I fucking
I
better
think
be.
they fear it to be trapped.
It is.
With grass.
They are correct.
No, they're not stupid. Bravo.
Yeah, they learned. I haven't been shy of my abilities in this city. Would you say they were young, or would you say they are old?
A mix.
Young girls?
No.
Good.
One of them is an old wolf. This is not the first time he does this kind of mission. I think he's there to help coach the younger ones, sort of like his cubs. I think his presence there calms them too.
Well, we're trying to play a game.
Yeah.
Dog.
Not the same one she's playing.
No.
Well, it seems tonight I will sit up and watch, just to see this wolf for myself.
The east lawn is where they congregate. They talk about how to get in the house. And then he laughs, like it's just like a big cackle. He's like,
Now
little...
it's time for Jimena to invent landmines.
And then he's like, little
It's
do
not
they
that far
know,
off from fireworks.
if they step foot into the house, it will eat them.
It's true.
They will never emerge again.
Also not wrong.
Yeah. For people who are very stupid to be stalking my home, they are very smart. and understand what awaits them should they
I
try.
don't know how this works into the metaphor, but man, if we could leave out some spoiled meat for those wolves.
And then he slurps the cup again, and he says, "There's a little house just east of Pavlov. There are 50 bodies buried within the walls and the foundation."
Is that code?
No.
No, it's a literal house.
Yes.
They live there to this day.
What the heck?
I will find this house in the daylight.
He cackles again, and then he looks at you, and he's like, "Scoot."
Sorry,
And as you
grandfather.
scoot, the hearth
Sorry,
erupts
sorry.
into fire.
Ugh.
Well, that one wasn't Genya.
Well, it
I
seemed
mean,
like-
No, that I think this is what
Yep.
was happening, and then
Jimena.
Yep.
Beth Jimena
Yep.
happened. And, oh, thank you.
Yes, your friend is not having a restful sleep.
No,
I will help.
we appreciate it. They are discussing things that I am probably not to know, because if someone asks me, I must tell them. But if Jimena can have a little bit of peace tonight,
Sorry.
it
It's
would be
beginning.
helpful.
Yep. This is the werewolf crossover.
Yes.
The intestinal.
They're here!
The intestinal guru.
Oh,
Yes.
I have been there, Tony. The beast within. Yeah, and then he sips from the cup again. He's like, "Thank you for feeding me. You watch the lawn. If they make it to the house, I will bury them within the walls, like the little house in Pavlov." And he crawls into the earth, and you hear a meowing from within the chimney, and he is gone.
He eats cats too.
He is a cat.
He's a cannibal cat.
Yes.
Not the canary.
I fucked your wife and I am your wife. Are you happy?
I have more questions.
It's Eddie is her joke. You fuck my wife, you fuck my wife, you fuck my wife, I am your wife! That doesn't matter! You fuck my wife? That's right, I am your wife, and I fucked her. That's how American movies are.
Yeah.
The Canaries was from something else.
It's from Hellboy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Not the Canaries.
The Canadians.
The secret conversation at the table seems to have died down
Yeah, 'cause I
significantly.
don't really have much more than that.
Yeah.
So, Zhenya, you feel it is probably safe for you to return.
She pokes her head out.
We're done with the secrets.
Oh, good.
And so when you have her in front of you, that's when you grab her by the hips. Sorry?
I don't know what this is about. I did not start that conversation.
We're teaching Isaac things.
Oh.
Zhenya smirks. Be careful, Isaac. He has a lot of strange teachings. And then she looks at Veronica like he has tainted her.
Third class is bears.
I mean, wasn't my marriage basically an arranged marriage? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Master class.
it just
Zhenya.
happens we actually fell in love. Though.
Yeah, right. It's great.
Plus, you really didn't know shit before you got married because
No,
you're
I
not
didn't.
allowed to.
No. But I
Zhenya
had
settles down next to
better
Ricardo.
experience than many.
Jimena just has a wild imagination. She's never really actually done anything with anything.
So the wind kicks up and the shirts flutter, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
She's got.
Well, I mean, you have a mastery over fire. Why wouldn't other elements just sort of activate while...
Yep,
Fire can create its own wind.
Yeah.
that's right.
Flickers.
You know, it would have been a lot
Flash over?
sexier if it wasn't for the intense heat.
Yep.
Oh, it just
I
makes
could
it so
do
nice.
without
That's
the
right.
boom
Yeah.
sound like every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sound of an explosion every time.
They
You
call
stop
her
that with my shirt. I have no
the
eyebrows
backdoor
anymore.
backdraft. Yeah.
Yeah, backdraft.
You'd have to just constantly have like a wardrobe allowance.
Yep,
Because you just have no clothes. They just always up in flames
that's right.
Yeah, but they don't burn on me.
on you.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
Instead of corset ripper, you're corset
Yeah,
cinder.
You gotta get
She tries to cover up, but I've already seen it.
you gotta get Kenshiro's tailor from Fist of the North Star. After the 50th fucking time he flexed through his fucking shirt and leather jacket, you're like, God damn it, again.
I think he makes them like that on purpose.
Yep.
That's just how they be.
So then...
How many of these shirts do you have? As many as it takes.
That's right.
Zhenya leans in and calls Ricardo's attention and Rethel's attention. The house is safe, but there appears to be something lurking in our shadows. They are currently afraid to approach the lawn, which is very smart. But the domovoy tells me that there is an old wolf and his cubs that are watching us and trying to figure out how to enter in to our home.
As you've been talking, the chair squeaks along the floor as Rethel slowly stands up. And he goes, I don't know who this dumb old boy is. But,
So wait, so there's
But
somebody
there's
lurking and it's not Evine.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere in the distance,
Yeah.
you hear a cat hacking a hairball.
that means we have to beat Evine.
Yeah.
Like, Magnus!
Magnus
to-
arises from the hammock.
There are a mixture of young and old. They are not part of... What's her name again?
The Julies.
Yeah, what is her name? With a D? No. Fucking, my brain wants to say Jocelyn. I know that's wrong.
Jocelyn.
Man. Close enough.
It's Schitt's Creek.
I never watched that.
It's okay, it's her sister.
I
Got Sally.
the bitch sitting with Veronica at the table. What is her name?
You just all look at her like,
Olivia?
Olivia. Thank you.
Yep.
Jocelyn.
wow, what do you got against Jocelyn?
Olivia Escar, we're keeping her as a pet?
Question mark?
Yes, Olivia.
Question mark?
They don't seem to be a part of Olivia's friends. But an older man who has the feeling of a wolf.
Olivia shakes her head and says, no, they wouldn't do that kind of work.
Do you know of what sort of pack hunters might be in the area? To extend a metaphor.
We were kept pretty compartmentalized from that, but there's a pretty good chance this is people reporting to Il Professore.
It is someone who is a
Nerds!
yeah. It is
Fucking
someone
academics in my trees!
It is someone who is experienced in assassination. Again, these walls are safe. They cannot enter. They can try, but they cannot. I'll stay up tonight and see what I can sense.
Well, Il Professore is the next name on the list, so...
At least close the door, Jesus.
Is that Holywork, the cat hacking in
Can
the
I do one?
background that we talked about earlier? I
Yeah.
just heard in the background.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was the Domovoy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what this dumb old boy is, but I think I like him.
Wow.
He was a wonderful.
Also, I couldn't unmute it fast enough earlier, but ain't no way I can outsneak me.
Yeah.
I just say into a corner, I'm like, okay, Evine, I'm
Go
me
get
and
him.
Rethel, or me and Magnus, bait, let's go.
Basically, after everyone decides, like, okay, that's what's happening, Zhenya fills up a tall glass with whatever liquor is on the table, grabs a half a loaf of bread, and goes, I'm going to sit on the roof.
I'm gonna take a post as well.
I love having elevated cover. Whoa, it's so good.
I'm not the best long range, but I can get to you quickly.
Ricardo
Oh, whatever. That's fine. Take your time.
grabs the rifle, grabs his hat, and moves on to the second floor to take a perch up there. He slaps Isak on the back and says, go to sleep, get some rest. We got it covered. I'll wake you up if anything blows up.
I tell Magnus, I go, I'm like, drunken fisherman, which is basically a scheme where you have a couple doofuses in a boat. It's basically anglerfish for raiding. Where you have a bunch of doofuses in a boat who appear drunk as fuck, and then whatever ship comes along is like, hey, are you guys okay? And then you nail them. Hey, well, you're at sea at a long time, you know.
Right.
You don't find someone to keep you company, while, you know, among the
Don't
crew.
comment on the lifestyle until you've lived that life.
Oh man, it's invigorating.
Wow. Magnus is already grabbing bottles of liquor because if you're gonna play it, might as well. He's like he sort of turns toward Rethold and he's like he's got an armful of booze and he's like, I'm a method actor, and then he goes into the backyard.
Before Zhenya climbs out a window and takes her perch, Veronica, please show Isaac where he can rest for the evening.
Will do. Here, come with me.
He's already got a person.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh. I mean, didn't put a ring on it, so.
Well, he's trying to.
His whole thing is that he has a lady in San Felipe.
I mean, that's nice. You know, something to work towards, sure, but you know.
Yeah, but this is Lisa.
You know,
you can have a different lady.
it's a different
there.
time zone.
Also, I mean,
Well, he's not gonna have my sister as his other lady.
Maybe your sister's gonna have him.
He's got to practice before he gets to his lady so that he knows what he's doing when he
Well,
finally
yeah, but once he
gets
has
there.
Usurin, he can't have one of your people.
Jimena's like, he's pregnant.
There's a fucking flow chart now.
Put him in Jimena's bed. And then when she wakes up later, she
She'll
won't
just,
know
like,
that he's
Broadly
there.
crawl into
And
it.
she'll be like, oh, snuggle.
And he'll do the thing like, oh no, and try to escape, and you'll just be like, oh no.
Right.
That's right.
This is your life.
She's so strong. Didn't think she was that strong.
The grip.
It's like a vice.
Right. The air's escaping from my lung. I might pass out.
Good.
Pass out with me. Let's die together.
Is Jimena unhinging her jaw?
Oh no. Eat it.
Oh wow. Thought Zhenya was the only one that could turn into an animal. Dear God. She ate that entire boy. Wow. That was
That
horrifying.
entire boy.
I mean,
She
we don't know
accidentally
what
the
can someday
entire
awaken
boy.
in Jimena.
Yeah, you don't want to see the pellets that come out the other end. That's just.
Oh gosh.
Oh my.
Yeah.
No.
Jimena accidentally the entire boy.
She would like that.
Let's have our first time together.
Accidentally
knew what I
what?
was
The
doing.
entire
First
boy.
time only.
That's it.
Right.
All of it.
Veronica and Olivia both get kisses on the top of their head as she walks away. Ricardo gets a better kiss.
Better kiss.
Get a room.
It's upstairs.
Yeah.
Girls,
heading
we can all
there.
hear it.
Veronica, before escorting Isak to his sleeping quarters, like takes the basket of bread and moves it closer to where Jimena.
Yeah.
And the only
Is
thing I've
that-
got to kiss is a dress.
Jimena slowly unhinges her jaw.
It's not the same.
Are you
Shaggy
missing your
style with the
husband?
dad.
I am missing my husband. There's way too much affection here to be sleeping alone.
I mean, Jimena can crawl into Marlena's bed.
No, Madalena's gonna wake up to this. Just the fucking
Yeah.
sleeve stroking
Yeah.
her chin.
It's just a fucking
I'll
like
just tell
Loving a
myself it's
haunting
only
tune.
platonic.
It's like an opera globe.
Yeah,
like,
just-
just
Does it have to be mine?
Yep. Our obligatory
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horror
Oh
reference
man, that's
for
gonna be
this week.
that's gonna be the real villain. It's gonna just turn into a fucking game of it and
That's right.
or the thing.
So do I have any weird dreams when I go to bed? Or is it just like normal dreams?
Whatever us are doing outside
Yeah,
just
I
sort of
don't even-
invades your.
I don't even know what normal dreams are anymore.
Well,
I want to know what dreams are.
once you go to bed,
They're nightmares.
we'll do a few rolls for those people who are staying up. But when you go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
like most of the previous nights, you start to see glimpses
It's just
of
not
things
scary.
that are important. You see an office that is floor to bottom, 3 of the walls covered in large bookshelves. There's an
Go on.
expensive desk in the middle of it, and a figure wearing spectacles is writing in this book.
Wait,
Rethel doesn't
the
know this,
fourth wall has been broken. It's the DM. Anyway.
But
Right.
Tony's pretty excited right now. Bye.
You taking your creature with you for a ride? What did I ask you to do earlier?
What? Remember, live with the knees.
Good night, Tim. Thank you. Good night.
Tell me more about this book's room.
You see-
Tell me more about this room.
You see this figure is wearing
See, fixable.
a fairly expensive coat, just pretty regal looking, and there's a lot of furious writing that's happening.
Furious writing. He's clearly writing that fanfic
No,
about
it is
Perez and
vigorously
Laundry.
writing.
it is
Oh,
writing
yeah.
at a frenetic pace, and there is one of those pages where basically like powder gets
That one says
tossed all over
pulsating.
the page.
That one says throbbing.
He pulls it up to look at it a little bit more, then rolls it, seals the piece
Fucking
of
smokes
parchment, and, right, like a big old blunt. You realize it's fucking Cheech Marin.
Oh my god, yes! Why is he not shown up yet?
Sitting turns around and goes, hey!
Basically, there's like a car somehow, even though you don't know what those are.
And there's some guy laying on the couch who looks like he's asleep and goes, "Hey man, you know, it's okay, like you can, it's whatever, like
What's happening to my dream now?
it's been invaded."
Apparently.
The parchment is fully sealed and rolled. There's another figure that enters the room, a much older man wearing much more drab clothes, wearing a hat that has been pinned on one side.
Ooh.
The parchment is exchanged. There is a glance between the two men, and
Wait, you said exchange, so the guy also has a parchment? The older one?
well,
It exchanges hands.
Blunt
Yeah.
for blunt.
Oh.
there's a glance between the two of them, and
I don't
the
know.
older man just bows very deeply and leaves with some urgency.
That's the wolf. Just a guess.
The man left into the room sort of gets up from the desk and removes the spectacles, looking irritated.
The one sitting?
Mm-hmm.
He took his glasses off, so he's less hot now. Anyway.
Through the one window in the room, you see him pull the curtain, and you see very distantly, as it's like super far, you just see the glow of a fire in the distance that the man looks at, looking very annoyed. you see a different scene of an immaculate garden. There's various plants in there, but there's
That's her
an
first
arch
mistake.
with trellis and impeccably cultivated white roses. There's an old man there.
Same old man? Or
Nope,
different one?
different old man. Very meticulously cutting the parts of the plants, like, just surgically. Like, this is almost a work of art. You're almost in awe at the sight of this garden. It is close to perfection. The old man is working on that expertly. And for a moment, like, even though you know you're not physically in the scene, your heart stops as the old man sort of pauses for a second and looks over one shoulder as if he's looking right at you.
Hot.
Taking his shears, you see him cut one of the white flowers, and he sort of lays it on the ground as if almost an offering to you. You get a sense of respect from him as he goes back to his business and continues to tend to his plans with just complete attention. And finally, you get a scene from a seedy tavern. You see some people in there in faces that you're not exactly sure, but you might have seen at the party. They're like commoners that seem to be telling stories about what they've seen. Like, you hear big beats, right? Like, people getting killed and things exploding, and there's like a lot of like tall tales being exchanged.
People got stuck in a wall.
It was tight.
There was a lady on fire.
The
was
wall
tight.
came
Wait,
came
are those
alive.
tall tales
Rick
or
killed a
actually
guy.
real?
Well, I mean,
Trident. I saw that.
they're real, but there's a lot of like
That's tall tales.
the storytelling makes it like, you know, even grander, right? Like the flames shot 50 feet into the air,
They
right? Like
probably
it's
really did, though, again.
The rocks came alive and started hunting people down. Yeah.
yeah.
Picked me up with his mind powers and shook me like a dog. It's true, I saw the whole thing. It's my favorite part of Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this whole cacophony and you know, like good spirits all around, like you see, you know, alcohol being exchanged.
Yeah, fuck the police.
Oh, no, I'm good.
There's one table that seems to be much more subdued, and at that table, sitting alone, is Hector,
Oh,
finishing a drink,
right.
putting a few coins on the table, and stepping up from the tavern
Which one's Hector?
to slip into
I'm
the
gonna
night.
blow everything up.
He wants
No,
to kill the professor.
Sorry, because his
Oh, he
wife
was
got taken.
Yeah, he was the first guy, that really nervous guy that we ran into when we
tight,
first
yeah.
got here.
He
Yeah,
was
he
the
gave
the
us
Batman.
the seal.
he was the
He's gonna be the
potential
Batman,
Jose prospect
He's gonna be
you
the Batman.
scouted upon your arrival
Let's
to
go.
Lisa.
Yes.
As he steps out into the night,
outside? Poor wet kitty.
the warmth of the
Ready?
scene and the good fun part of it dies the moment he crosses the threshold, and the alleyway outside is dark and cold, and you see Hector reaching into his coat to grab at his pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh, now
I'm-
this is gonna happen.
I'm happy for you, but you're not gonna survive this.
He pulls the hood over his head and it
Can
has
I
2
tell,
points at the top.
Where this
Like
tavern
bat
is
ears.
there any, like, just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Landmarks.
Yeah.
It's very hazy.
Well, I'll just have to track him then.
Yeah, you'll have to use your other senses, because some of what you're being shown is literal, some of it is not. And there's no indication into any of these scenes whether it's a real scene, whether it's supposed to be a metaphor.
Or a possibility.
Even the wisest cannot tell.
That's absolutely right. All right. Those of you who are staying up, and Jimena, I'm going to leave you a choice because you're technically passed out. It's been long enough that...
Once it's been long enough that, like, maybe one of these...
Yeah, a couple of your...
Because none of them are...
wounds.
They're not actually wounds.
So
wounds. They're
because
just...
it's a new session, all of your not criticals heal up.
Oh, okay.
And
I think so. Actually, between scenes, those clear up.
Yep.
And then the stars, technically, they all clear each session.
mm-hmm.
But I keep a couple because
Well, but
how's my combat?
your thing
Yeah.
works that way, so I'll clear.
I clear a star every night that I sleep.
I only
Because
I
that's
thought I
how
only
Jenny
healed 4 at a
heals.
time.
Yeah.
Well, yours might work different.
Yeah. For you, like, a couple of your dramatic wounds will have healed in the time
Okay.
you have.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm always hurt because lashes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. At some point, she finally is like, what's happening? Oh my god! How did I end up home?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
now
The Brett. Oh,
Okay,
what
now I
happened?
need a drink.
No.
Now you need a drink.
Yes.
With that crunch.
It's to the point that I can't reach it anymore.
Yeah. All right. Everybody who is up and is trying. Sit down. Let me love you.
That's right.
Did you scratch her near her butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when she does that.
The whole button.
Yeah.
All of you staying up who are keeping a watch to the outside,
Yes.
please roll me a wits notice.
No. Get it. Do it. Slower.
Can I do a worker?
Sorry. I couldn't.
Sure.
I had to make it weird. It's part of the. It's part of the pact I made all those years ago.
Evie,
glad
if
like
you're
my
staying
dad.
up and watching things, you should also do a wits notice.
If you can hear us, Evie.
Not twice.
If you can hear us, Evie.
I hear something.
Your voices.
What about that ghost again?
I hear a voice from far
Ooh, a
away.
10. A lot of 6s. Ooh, I got 3 6s. Call your mom, Amanda.
Nice.
Yeah, we played D&D, and then you rolled 3 6s. Coincidence? I think not.
God damn it.
Her mother once got a new phone with a new phone number because, she didn't know she could just take her old
Keep
phone
the
number
one, yeah.
with. And the phone number didn't have 66 in it, but it just had too many 6s. There were at least 3 6s sporadically through the number, and she
You had to
sat on the
change it.
phone for hours yelling at them that they had to change it, and they were like, "We can't do that."
Right.
And yeah,
You don't get the number you want. Like, that's not how this works.
yeah,
Not you hate it
Still have that
when...
number to this day.
yep.
She still has a 6 number.
Hell yeah.
Not you hate it when you get a fucking phone number assigned to you and you accidentally summon a Satan. That
Dude,
fucking
if
sucks.
you could get it changed to one of the new local numbers here, the prefix is 667 now, or
669.
yeah. So
Oh,
Even
yeah.
better.
it's tight. Yeah.
Makes me want to get a new number just to be all
Yeah, a little bit.
669,
A little bit.
baby.
Nice.
It's funny because they introduced that area code, like that prefix, like
Years ago. Yeah.
But I almost never see anybody.
I
with
see it
that.
on occasion. That's because
Like-
Google bought them all.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's because those people are plebes.
7.
Yep,
Warfare for you, right?
Yes, warfare
We're,
for me.
we're to 408, man.
that's right. That's right.
The original
Wait, life.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Big tattoo across my neck.
Oh yeah, you're local, all right?
The
Yeah.
Virgin Mary Guadalupe across
Right.
his neck.
That's right.
The color of his car was primer. It had a Malibu door on a Chevy.
I was about to say,
Well,
except for the door, which was still
Malibus are
gray.
Chevys. But,
It was
yeah,
That
Yeah.
like a
factory.
Malibu door on a fucking
yeah.
Impala or
Yeah,
something.
there we
Yeah.
go. Probably, yeah.
Or a Chevelle.
And there were so many people inside. They all had their arm out the window holding a mattress on top.
I feel so called out right now.
Talking about my uncles?
So I can't claim this joke because it's Pablo Francisco.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Circa 2002.
still true. Still true.
Fuck yeah.
20 years later, fucking prophet.
Yeah.
All right. Magnus and I start singing that song again from the bachelor party loudly, and I
That's
take one of the jugs from him, one of the glass containers from him, and I throw it out into the night as if discarding a dead soldier. Just to start the party.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess a little panache plus perform to give
Okay.
the impression that we are inebriated boobs,
Boobs.
ripe for the plucking.
I mean, you
Yeah.
have quite the rippling pectoral.
Well,
Just
Magnus,
Terry Crews
Magnus
net,
has
just-
discarded a shirt somewhere during the
Magnus'
proceeding. Yep.
It started
Yep.
as a smile, but
Then it
continued
was
to be
just
a
like
grimace.
this.
Just-
Yep. It just expanded.
she tried to frown through her gums. It was amazing.
Look away, look back. Shit.
How much did you roll it already?
Oh, I don't know. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, panache plus perform, and this isn't. Is this a risk? Does it count as a risk? I don't think so. Right?
Not yet.
Maybe. Okay.
There's no obvious risk.
Yeah.
The only risk right now is shame, which is something that neither you nor Magnus.
No, that's
Yeah,
a
you
that's a
don't have
very
that.
there's a very thin
Yep.
margin of where the shame begins.
That's something normies worry
That's
about.
right.
Yeah, so this is not risky.
Something
at
nerds
all.
worry about. That's what
Something
we're
for
hunting.
sheeple.
Right.
I got your 10, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You fucking better.
That's on the low end of double digits.
I know. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You all right, man?
I had to roll digital dice because I think I packed my dice.
Oh, like a plebe.
Yeah, I shouldn't have.
You should
But
put those in your
yeah.
purse.
That's what I do.
Oh, tight.
guess I'll just have to buy some more.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's
Right.
the worst. Don't
Oh.
do that.
Oh gosh. Ah,
You will appreciate.
I don't think my fingers can do these little guys right now.
You
Freezing.
will appreciate, Lisa, that I wrote your number and I wrote warfare in parentheses so I know what everybody wrote. But I wrote, instead of writing warfare, I wrote warface. So
Yes!
I was like,
Yeah.
Warfare.
Yeah, Jenny's just on there like crouched
Yep.
down, her elbows on her knees, like holding a fucking full cup of booze to her mouth, being like, "Where are you, fuckers?"
I corrected it, but I almost left it there.
Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit.
She got her war face on.
Yep.
That's 5.
Aww.
You or no, because they're already 15.
Yeah, this was a 2 and a 1, so like I at least
You
got
already
better there. But
rolled,
yeah,
unfortunate. Well, no. Oh, well, if you put one of these, it makes it 6.
You
That's
can.
14.
What was it
Put
say?
a 3 in there. Makes it 3/15.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my god, have I done that before? God, I hope not.
You should just have someone check your mouth every time.
Right? Yeah, I know. Shit.
Show your worth, Tony.
That's right. I did, and it was wrong.
Hello.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 6. Thanks, man. Hell yeah. Let's go.
That's a 6.
Yeah, 6. You know what? I think I need to spend a hero point
Oh,
because I
Why?
need this to work.
Oh,
okay.
So that's. Let me see if it gets me. If there's anything I can. plug into this? Not really. That's just gonna give me what? One more die?
Yep.
Okay.
What else?
No.
That extra 3.
Yeah. No. Oh well. That doesn't get me any farther. That's fine. Still 6.
Really? Did you just roll like
Yep.
The saddest
all
roll.
low
Yeah. I
five?
rolled another 3.
Jimena, do you want to participate into this at all?
Yeah. You hear? You see the.
I mean, I feel
you
because
see
she's
the
still
place
in
cleared
the
out.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear Rethel and
The plan
and
is
Magnus
not
starting to
immediately
party.
clear to you. You just hear these two
Because I mean, she
loud...
would wake up. I'm pretty sure she'd be pretty disoriented when she
Yeah.
wakes up because
You're sore as
like
well.
sore all over. And last time she checked, she was outside somewhere else.
In the middle of a battlefield.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's home. She's in the hearth. She has bread.
Yep. There's wine on the table too.
Yeah. I imagine. Well, I can roll probably like a wits plus notice just to be like, is something happening? Did I miss something? Like,
roll your wits plus notice. I will tell you one thing you don't need to roll about is hearing these two loud boobs in the backyard.
That's right.
Just fucking yelling at each other, and you're not exactly sure if they're...
Suddenly you're reminded of your nightmare.
Yeah. You're not exactly sure if they're about to fight or kiss or both, right?
So
God, I
it's
hope
normal.
both.
I mean, yeah. Like, okay, so normal day with Russell.
Basically.
Yeah.
They're just being more loud about it than usual.
Exactly the same.
Right?
Damn it. Okay, well. So 5.
5?
Yeah.
The rest of the house feels a little too calm for you, for how loud and obnoxious you two Norsemen are being. Something is afoot.
Is it the game?
Probably.
Wait, but now we lost it.
Yeah.
Oh.
God damn it.
Way to go, Sally.
It's fucking,
Thanks, Obama.
fucking 2011 again. God damn it. Fucking Obamacare.
Wow. Really?
I just every time I hear the thanks Obama, I see that video of Obama like trying to dunk his
Yeah.
cookie into his
It was
milk.
from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And he can't get the cookie in the cup, and he's like, "Thanks, Obama."
Yep.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's
The
what killed
fucking
the
best.
joke. We can't do it anymore because
Right.
Obama's in on it.
Yep.
That's right.
So great.
He capped it.
It's so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you
It is.
Damn.
That's how you move past it.
Damn.
You made me lose the game for the fucking first time since like I don't know 2013.
It was like 2002.
Actually 2 months ago. I have terrible friends.
Well, I just don't think about it anymore.
That's how you win.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
And now I was just fucking stabbed in the back by my own spouse.
Yeah.
Look how happy she is about it.
we knew one day it was gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, I think Jimena definitely understands that something is happening. I don't know that she's in any position to like assist or
Yeah.
do anything about it. 'Cause
You
she's
get
like,
you get an immediate sense that staying in the house seems like a good call at the moment. If something is gonna happen, like there's gonna be a tussle in the yard, maybe. So
I'm just gonna
These walls are safe.
I'm gonna stay here.
the kitchen and close to the earth feels very cozy to you right now.
More so than normal Cinderella.
You get the human approximation of like, you know, when a cat curls into like a sunbeam.
Yeah,
This is what this spot feels like to you right now.
I'm just gonna sit at this table and eat some of this food that's still out.
Right. And
I need to replenish my strength,
That's right.
think about all my gloomy feelings.
mixed with
Gotta go be emo in the kitchen.
I'm gonna sit next to this window and pretend I'm an anime protagonist. Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I'm gonna think about my dark past while also thinking about all my loves.
Yep.
And then the MCR starts.
Now the cool shit I just got to do is like, oh fuck yeah.
I've never done that before.
I summoned some fireflies and burned some fucking priest to a script or I'm gonna get recruited by a metal band here
Hell
pretty short.
Oh yeah.
I hope it's Dragon Force.
Well, there's literally a band called Burn the Priest, so
Damn.
yeah.
No cloak and dagger there.
No. Very
Alternate
literal.
universe Humana like made that
What?
band.
Right.
I can't believe, Lisa, you thought that the metal world
Would have any
lacked
subtlety.
Come on. You think we're not subtle?
Isn't there a band called like Pig Fetus or something like that?
Well,
I'm sure.
There's Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus.
there's
There's something else with pig in it. I forget what it is.
Pig Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's
All
right up
death
there
metal
on the
bands.
nose.
Cattle
Corpse.
Decapitation. That's a little much.
Which one? Camel.
Cattle
Cattle.
Decapitation.
Cattle.
Not
That's a
that you
little
can
much.
tell what any of their names are by looking at them.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, that
That's
font.
It just
As
looked
my
like
friend called it the bundle of sticks genre, where you
Yes.
just try to figure out what the fuck is this
Where you-
logo.
What are these runes?
Deciphering.
Yep.
That's the reason I didn't get the Mandalorian one for from fucking Glad Racket, because it's got him and like the helmets on the spikes, and you're like,
Mhm.
yeah, and then it has the Mandalorian, and I'm like, you can't read it. You can't. I
You
mean,
ruined
you
it.
should know. I mean, I guess you know what it is. It's fine.
That's on
I know it
purpose,
is.
like,
I know it's on purpose. It's still. I'm like, no.
Right. Most of them are like, we're gonna make the most fucking.
Yeah, we didn't want you to read that
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, Bravo. It looks like how they sing in those songs, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Just
Nice.
It looks like they ate a whole bag of dried cornflakes before getting on stage, so they could be extra raspy.
Yep.
True story.
There's a band that is called Goat Ass Trumpet. I'm not making this up.
Yes.
And
Me
the band logo is spelling out the name, but you would never be able to tell
No, I
because
just think
here.
that Fred made all the instruments for that.
Right?
Here, I can't find a bigger. This is the band logo.
Or just the tongue.
It's this. It spells it in the most fucking
Wow.
obtuse
Yeah.
way
Yes.
possible. Because why not? Right.
That's how you can be eloquent and be like,
Well, it's because
if you know, you know.
if somebody can read your band
Or
logo, you
something.
become a sellout, and I'm pretty sure you have to kill yourself at that point.
Yeah.
Go into the forest and never come back.
You just
That's
have
right.
to.
You
just have
become
to start-
Metallica.
Yeah, I was like, you just have to start playing with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra now.
What, you have a
That's your
fucking
life.
producer? You fucking sellout. Real bands make albums on an old tape deck from 1972.
Yeah, if you don't hear any static, you're not doing it right.
You record your drums in your fucking shower.
I was about to
because-
say that.
Acoustics
That's right.
Yep.
with the water on.
It's gonna sound like a homeless man just fell into a bundle of cans.
Die.
He hates these cans.
Yep.
Stay away from the cans.
What did this cat ever do to you?
That made me think of somebody really pissed off because that keeps happening. He's like, "You fucker, stay away from my cans!"
Yeah.
say what you will. Johan loves his hi hats. Just
It made me laugh too much.
He's an
Now I gotta
artist.
pee.
Amanda, we need to make a metal band called Homeless Trash Zombie.
Oh, there we go.
ooh.
Holy shit! I will.
Me and Steven's black metal band was called Vampire Goat Slut.
That's a good one.
And that's all it is. It's just us opening trash cans and screaming into them.
Yep.
Oh, so you're Wahoo Torpedo or whatever that band was
Yeah.
that did the cover of Total Eclipse.
Oh my god.
Yes.
This is gonna be a fucking real ass. Next time you're here, Amanda, I'm gonna bring my gear out. I'm gonna launch myself through
into some garbage
empty
cans.
fucking metal drums. We'll record the sound, just metal drums falling for 10-15 seconds, and that will be it. We'll put a blast beat to it. It'll be amazing.
Our first album name will be.
Pretty sure
Thanks
it's
for
a
the
Zyrtec.
Cans.
Thanks for the cans.
This fucking drug stuck in his
Tony. In case you ever needed it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, find that.
I got it.
Okay. I was like, oh no,
I
there's
got
too
it.
many animals.
Yeah.
Let's see.
See? Amanda, your mom was right.
Yeah.
666. We're doing drugs.
Yep.
Off the floor, no less.
Tony's peddling drugs that he hid in his pencil.
They
Do
only,
it.
that's what they.
Nondescript drugs.
That's right.
That's what they. That's what they were really afraid of during the SATs. Only
Yep.
number 2 pencils, so you can't do drugs in them.
That's right.
Or no, you're taking an emergency ration.
Dixon
of Ritalin.
Ticonderogas only.
All right.
Yes.
So,
What are we doing?
Rethold, you're pretty convinced you're making a solid distraction.
I mean, it's distracting.
You know it's a it's sort of make believe because you're luring it, but you surprise yourself having fun a couple of times.
Like, oh wait,
while
this
you're
is
doing that.
Oh yeah, no. I mean
It's a
that's
mission.
the key is the honesty. Is it's what sells it.
Which Genya, you can't see them, but there's people in the trees.
Yeah.
Not for much longer.
You can feel them
They fucked up.
on 3 sides of the house.
They fucked up.
Yeah, in trees.
Um,
So did you kill him
Evine.
yet?
She's about to.
Evine, these people are good.
Oh.
Not good enough. Not good enough to fool your Inish eye.
Just one.
Oh, she's my dear, my darling.
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you get a similar level of info as Genya, but you can see a couple perches on the trees around the perimeter of the
Let's
house.
fucking see. Oh damn! The algorithm knows what's up.
Genya, you're pretty sure it's less than 10. Evine, you can count 8 silhouettes distributed on 3 sides of the house. Right now, they're
Silhouettes on the shade.
Thanks, Peter, dude.
they're watching the house right now, but they're mostly watching the fucking backyard theater that's happening
Yes.
down there, where I don't know. Every time they have an idea of where this storyline is going, it shifts. It's a mix of elation, reminiscing, sometimes like threats, maybe. Like most of it is in a
What,
foreign
sex?
language, so everything is very sexually charged, regardless of the other tone.
Yeah, no one's wearing shirts. One of them's got a
Well, I
skirt
don't know if
on.
Rethel took his off, but Magnus definitely.
I just
is
assume
shirtless.
Rethel doesn't wear one. He wears a vest.
I assume that
No, I do
Magnus
wear
doesn't
one.
wear one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I assume Magnus doesn't bother wearing one.
Rethold's a classy fucker. Magnus is just a.
Oh, I see Rethold with like the top hat with the teeth and then a vest.
No, it's actually because he's actually used to more cold weather,
Yeah.
and so actually typically the shirt is what is usually last.
Yeah.
Because he'll lose the overcoat first, and then the long vest, and then the hat.
Yeah.
And then the shirt for the
Yeah.
fighty fight and fucking. It actually hasn't. But yeah.
Rethold is like fancy Norse shaman businessman.
Yeah.
That's right.
Magnus is
Gotta
more...
be presentable for my clients.
Yep. Magnus is just like...
Fancy Norse
Norse?
businessman.
Yeah, Magnus is just like... uncouth man beast that's here for your women and your silver.
He's the classic.
Speed metal blues traveler covers.
There you go. I was like, is it like Creedence Clearwater cover band? I have a really hard time saying Creedence with Clearwater behind
yes.
it. Yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. The soundtrack to every Vietnam flashback ever.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm gonna spend a hero point. Bastards are in my trees.
Yeah.
How dare they?
You gotta shoot straight into the throat first so that they don't make any noise.
Please, Rethold, if any of them spot nerds for you, that go and shake a tree.
Yeah.
Make nerds fall out of the trees.
Yeah. Fucking Animal Crossing up in this bitch. Let's go.
Just grab the bottom.
I've technically already used terraforming this day, but it's a new. But I still have to spend a terra point for it.
Is it the same
Yes.
day?
It is the same day.
Is it midnight? How does that work?
It's
It's the same day, but it's not the same scene.
Okay,
so...
that's fair. Okay, so I spent the hero point using the terraforming. Vines are gonna start slithering out the trees and just slowly crawl up toward their
that
necks.
slow movie creep. Yes.
Okay.
We're kind of going for stealth vine, and they're just gonna start, dropping.
All right.
Oh, we shouldn't. I was like, from their necks. And I'm like, no, don't be hanging people in the trees. That's awkward. We're just gonna, we can just grab them. We're gonna grab and smother.
Tony is looking at you with the most
Sleep.
like. So what's the problem with that?
No.
Like just
That's not a no.
just string him up.
It's not a very Genya thing to do.
All right.
No, that's why I was saying to just go straight into the mouth
Yeah.
and just gag them out.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like.
And then you've already got.
I've seen that hentai.
And then me too.
And I
And then-
wish I didn't.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Okay.
No, we're just gonna choke them out.
But then when you get in the mouth, you've already got a hold on it, so then you just drag it on down the tree.
All right. Rethold,
Woo!
you get a signal from Ricardo on the second floor. He just waves at you from one of the windows and points basically to east, northwest, and then sort of indicates 332, indicating the trees.
Yeah. Genya's just sitting on the roof with her eyes closed, hands in her lap, concentrating on vines.
I pick a spot. I actually pick a spot farthest away from the trees, like whatever equidistant away from whatever the largest gap is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to head towards that, right off the edge of the property, because you said that they can't come on the property.
They can't get in the house.
Right.
Well, they
They can come on the property. They're
Yeah.
afraid to, but they cannot get in the house.
But you enunciated that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're afraid of the lawn.
Yeah. Which means
They should be.
which means if me and Magnus are gonna have any fun, we need to not be on the lawn. So we're heading off property.
Yeah.
Because if someone tries to ambush us,
You're gonna pull a bear and start climbing that tree.
oh, it's tempting. But no, if
Yep.
I know if it's
shimmy.
natural, it's fucking covered. It's fine.
Yeah.
Me and Magnus get the concrete. Let's go.
Okay.
Slap some of the fucking Spanish tiles off the roof. Let's fucking go.
All right. So you're gonna try to make your way up. Genya, once your action takes hold, do you want to do anything, or are you waiting?
Like I said, I'm gonna try to catch as many off guard as I can and strangle them. Not kill them, but just sleeper hold.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's collect them.
So you're gonna go
Just
brawl.
Strangle them gently.
You're gonna go brawl to go catch.
Yep.
Whatever comes out. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll let you run your.
Is that a a resolve brawl, or that's not a brawn? Is it brawn?
Well, your vines are gonna go.
Yeah.
Right. So they're gonna do their business.
So we're just gonna go straight brawl.
Do you
Okay.
want to take an action separate from the vines, or just letting them do?
I'm just gonna let them
business?
go.
Okay. Roll me a. Yeah, we'll go with resolve.
Okay.
Let's go with resolve, and let's go with brawl because you're instinctively you're thinking of how to restrain them, take them out.
Alright, I have.
You mean if you're planning to take a shot into this, please feel free to roll.
Yes.
And then Rethold, if you're trying to cross the gap, feel free to give me
I have
an
specials
athletics
and quick
roll.
reflexes, so that's 2 10s already.
I basically want to bait someone into ambushing us.
Okay,
So I'm thinking maybe wits plus warfare
you got it.
to sort of try if there's someone out there not involved in a tree
Okay,
that ooh, look, we're ripe and there's only 2 of us, so if they're that good they could probably pick us off. And that's kind of where I'm headed with that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
and I will let you count your reasons. while I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
Visit the rest
Go do you, yeah. Go do that.
No, you're not allowed to.
That's right.
You have to stay here.
I'm here and
home
entertain
forever.
me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cruel and
Five.
unusual, man.
1, 2, 3. Sure. I feel like that's a risk though, so I'm going to take that extra die on that one.
Reroll these 2. Nice.
Can I try a cookie?
Yeah, good. Yeah. No. What's that? I think that was that one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Okay, this seems better. This seems better. Okay, yeah, all right.
Oh, 9, because I have 6 there.
Okay,
10, because I have 6 there as well.
okay. I can re-roll a single die. All right, let's hope these are better.
The 6th point
Yeah.
in your skills and traits gets you an auto success, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. So 11.
Because they're legendary traits in our homebrew
Yeah.
stipulation.
11!
A 6? I don't have a 6. Are you shitting me? That's bullshit. Wow. Okay.
I only have 1 hero point left. I can't spare you any right now.
No, that's fine. I have
camaraderie,
I have some
so
numbers.
I can give you 4 extra dice
Oh,
if I
that's
spend.
tight.
But I'm like, I only have 1 left.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I think that Tony's just disappointed in his dice.
Yeah, I know.
15.
I have a lot of my advantages that I've
17,
taken after my initial advantages
15,
are all things to help everyone else. So I have like
14.
confidant and go on without me and camaraderie and we are family or together we are strong. So like I have a bunch of that stuff
Yeah.
that's meant to help everyone. One day I hope to use remember my name.
Are you the one who got?
Is that for me?
Oh.
Because I can never get your name fucking right.
I'm saving it for the angel if we ever find the angel.
Oh, yeah.
But what I really want to use is go on without me because I want to be dramatic.
Well, don't be the tank then.
Huh?
Don't be the tank then.
The point of go on without me.
You take the last turn or
No, it's I can make all of you leave. You all have to agree to it.
Right.
But I push you all out of the scene and
Right.
I get captured.
Right.
So I can't leave the scene, and so I'm there by myself.
Right.
But you all have to agree to it.
Oh.
Or have a situation where it would, yeah.
Yeah. Where you guys all need help, but we're all so strong. That's never gonna be a thing.
Hey, if fate tells me that's what has to happen,
Yeah.
that's the one situation where
Jenny keeps
I
trying to
have
get accidentally caught so she can play Porthos,
Mhm.
but doesn't work out really well.
We've got to stop being so good at what we do.
Oh no, you have beat me up. Take me into your prisons, into your secured places, so that you can keep me, and I cannot hurt you from the inside out.
Oh no, so foiled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I was trying to figure out what colors to do my nails, and I was like, Easter's coming. I don't do Easter colors, but these gray tones are very nice. It's still blue green.
Oh, it's matte.
Yeah,
I do like that.
I love me some matte. I love the matte over the glitter.
The matte kind of makes me think it's candy.
Yeah, it does have the look of an M&M.
Mm-hmm. It's alright. I realized
It
they're on my
reminds
hands.
me
and
of
they're not
the,
M&Ms.
like Jordan almond
Yeah.
colors. It's always that sort of like matte, pale.
Yeah.
Yum.
I do not
Pastel
like Jordan.
tone.
I
I like them, but man, they're just rough to eat, man. They're
Yeah.
so hard.
I'm not a fan.
I could eat like a handful and then I'm good.
Yeah.
Because they get to be too much.
I can eat like 1 or 2 a day, kind of deal.
I'd rather just have saltwater tappies.
Ooh.
Tappies.
That's too soft.
Mmm.
I
I
like
bought
crunch.
$50 worth of saltwater taffy one
Jesus,
time when
woman.
we went to Monterey.
Was it
I've
like
done
picking out
this
specific
stuff
flavors?
before.
You just get one of the giant bags.
No, it was what you got. It was one of those places where you get like a bucket and you can go like shovel stuff into your
Oh
bucket.
my god.
And I was like,
Yep.
ooh, this flavor and this flavor and this flavor. And by the time I got up to the thing where they weigh it, they were like $50. And I was like, fuck it. Put it in the bag. Let's go.
It's already done. I mean, put it in there. It's your
And it
mouth
lasted. We ended up. We ate a good chunk of it.
I feel like you brought some here.
I think I did at one point because we ate a good chunk of it and then we kind of forgot about it. And then it was like Halloween came around and we were
Yeah.
like, we'll just hand this out to the kids that come by, except that no kids came by.
Right.
So then we were like, okay, well, I guess we'll just toss it then. Because by that time, it had gotten to the point where it was like hard.
Yeah.
You were gonna just give them bad
You
taffy?
mean you
Oh,
didn't,
yeah.
you didn't put it in a crystal bowl and hit it with a bunch of knitting needles and make a seeing eye out of it? Or Coraline.
Oh, right. No.
The old ladies.
It wasn't a glass bowl, though.
Yeah, it's crystal.
No, I know. I'm saying the ones that we had were in a glass bowl.
Our neighbors suck. Oh, my partner put me in your space again?
I was literally gone for like 5 fucking minutes.
No, you were gone for a whole lot more than 5. Cool. That's fine. I'm sorry.
I like your shirt. I'll steal it.
Thank you.
Jenny got 11.
11.
9.
9. No, actually, Rethel only got 7. 2, 4, 6, 7.
Did you let Megan count your dice?
Yeah, Megan, you squeak out an 8 for me somewhere on there. I'm pretty sure I got them all.
Yeah, no.
You just did this.
I got 4 9s.
Wait.
Yeah.
Too many 9s. It's the 9 curse.
Well, actually, no, that's not any different. So
Yeah.
no, you're
that's what
that's
Yeah.
Amanda did.
I'm shy of 20 on like 3 of these. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Damn.
I was like, oh well, you can move this one here, move it. It's like, oh wait, no, it's
No,
exactly
yeah.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
All right. Well,
Legendary.
Zhenya, you sit down and sort of feel around your house and sort of reach out to people who are not supposed to be here. And
Reach out and touch face.
because
I think it's more like reach out and crush throat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
no, that tracks. you take your time.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not trying to rush this and
I don't wanna
raise
spook
an
'em.
alarm.
Yeah.
And you can feel, you can almost feel the focus, right? Like on the house, on the scene below.
Mm-hmm.
Although there's a distinct sense of curiosity as Rethold and Magnus are now moving.
Oh.
There's sort of a, what are they up to? Sort of vibe.
Yeah.
And then
She knew.
the vines
You probably figured it out. It probably didn't take much. You're like, those, okay. Yeah.
start to
Those yahoos.
wrap around many of them. I think it's a testament to their overall training that there's not an immediate sense of panic. But there's still fear as vines sort of reach out, and a few of them are basically lost. One on each side basically get dragged into the vines and drawn further down into the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Their compatriots try to lend a hand, but the moment they see their buddies get dragged down, they cut their losses and just let it happen.
Yeah.
3 of them are now dragged further into the foliage. There's no outright screaming, just like whispers of like, no, don't let me go. And, the others immediately try to reposition. And Evine, this is sort of where you come in, as you see the 2 on the east wall who have lost a compatriot looked for something behind them, as if they're looking for some kind of guidance there. And you immediately take a shot and take down one of the 2 that was looking behind. And as he dies, he just tumbles into his compatriot, who falls down the tree, tries to grab onto the branches, like, as they're coming down, and then
The branches grab them.
tries to break their fall, definitely hurt themselves, and then roll in, like, basically feet away from where Rethold and Magnus
Nice.
are.
Amanda sitting at the table.
Low-hanging fruit.
No. The
Drunken.
angle is pointed towards you, so you can see the window behind you, and you just see the body get scrambled out of the tree, and you're just
Yep.
like,
Bodies
Alright.
falling. Vestins being loud.
Yep.
Like someone's probably gonna get shot with an arrow
Yeah.
soon. You're like,
yeah.
You hear many like whisper like, oh,
It's that
and
glorious
then,
it's that glorious quiet shot with the ultra violence in the background.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just sleeping.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm
Dream-
having weird visions.
Dreaming about dresses.
Yep. Well, dreaming about
Dreaming about the fall of the empire.
weirdness.
Yeah, seriously, I understand what the last one's about, but the other 2 are still stumping me.
You
so
just
far.
wake up humming, painting the
Yeah,
roses red.
Jimena, you just hear the sound of foliage, and you see a guy just fall out of the trees and onto the lawn, like next to where Rethold and Magnus
It's
are.
raining man.
And then the lawn goes.
Yep, more or less.
Oh no, there's no man.
No, they haven't
Uh-oh.
touched the
Never
house
mind.
yet.
You were right to fear the lawn.
Yeah.
Watch out, it's the lawn arm of the law.
Oh.
Long arm of the lawn?
Oh, it was a good run, guys. 7 years. And it's sad to see it end.
Tony
But at
quit.
what cost?
Which have taken our own advice. Look what we've become. Yeah, you can observe from the one that fell down, like wearing pretty functional outfits. There's like a button long coat with a really high collar, sort of hiding the features. You can see like a rugged tricorn hat, and immediately as they land down, not the prettiest of landing, but the man does roll to a crouch position and immediately draws a pair of knives to try to reposition. Of course, now there's two Norsemen within their position.
Drunk ones.
Yeah. There is the sound of a detonation coming from the second story, and there is another sound of somebody plummeting to a tree on the west side of the house. Just hitting the foliage, but there's clearly no attempt to break the fall at the bottom. Like you hear the boom, you hear the foliage, you hear a couple grunts of pain, and then the sound of a sack of meat and bones hitting the lawn. Jenya, since you're on top of the house, you can hear calm but hurried commands being uttered from past the tree line. You can't hear the words themselves.
I'm trying really hard to just feel through the forest or the tree line. Where's the leader?
Sure.
Just looking for
we'll
that.
have you roll that for your next approach.
Just trying to feel for that steady presence.
Rethel, you got 7 raises. You got a man in range. Magnus is ready to go, but he sort of looks at you like...
Do I get the sense, or with that roll? Well, that roll was to position us in a spot that's optimal for them. So I get the sense that they're going to pounce.
Oh yeah. You sense none of it is going according to plan. What you read from this man is like, doesn't matter. Mission comes first, right?
Famous last words.
Yeah, I stumble over to Magnus and I pull 2 bottles from his hands, or from his side or pack, or however he's wielding all those jars, all those bottles, and I'm basically preloading throw attacks from the bottles. So
okay.
as soon as we get jumped, I'm gonna let the bottles fly. I'm waiting to see how many targets there are when the attack comes, and then I'll let loose.
Okay.
But I'm probably gonna want whoever's farthest.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep my awareness farther out in case I notice anyone observing and not actively partaking in the takening.
Partaking in the taking.
Yeah. Because you're in a good spot, and because you got all of those raises to position yourself properly, you close to the one that has drawn knives. You got like the 3-3-2 from Ricardo, right? So on this side, one got dragged in the tree. One got murdered at the top, and you saw the body fall on the other side of the tree, and that third one is now in front of you. On the north side of the lawn, one got dragged through the trees, but the other 2 are unaccounted for. And on the other side, another one got dragged through the tree, and the other one just plummeted down after what you assume is a gunshot from Ricardo on the second story.
Okay.
So right now, there's 2 that are still up on their perch on the north side, and one who's on the lawn with you, not counting the ones that you assume are taken care of in the middle of the foliage.
Sure.
So that's sort of where your awareness of the situation is. You're about equidistant at this point now to where the guy fell, and you could run to the other tree where the other two guys are perched.
I don't trust that that's all of them. Are we pretty sure that's all of them?
No.
Yeah.
Because there's more that are. Because he said that there's orders are coming from farther back behind the tree line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just what we were able to scout close to us.
Sure. But I don't know that explicitly.
Yeah,
So
and
that's fine.
and all of our like look skills were all kind of low in my opinion.
No, yeah.
Honestly, like whatever you're doing here might actually get them to change their strategies.
Yeah.
For those of you who are in the house, you have an opening to participate at this point because regardless of what was happening, Ricardo just shot a fucking gun on the second floor. So
I don't know if I wake up though, because my brain's busy.
Yeah, she's off in
yeah,
dress.
you're downloading.
No, that's the slam of the door as Batman exits the tavern.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
blah!
Well, I'm gonna leave it up to you all. If you want to participate in this, you have an in.
Nah, I'll let my brain rest or not rest. Whatever.
you just hear the gunshot and you go.
I feel like at that, if Jimena hears gunshots, I think she'd at least get up and like get in the doorway to like see what's happening.
Yeah.
You're like
Jimena appears with a bread loaf in one hand.
As you put both of your hands on the doorway, Jimena, the strangest feeling
Starts to
hits you.
suck you
It
in.
feels like the house has got your back. Like you feel like the house is like, I got you, bro.
Fucking do it.
Like
Don't worry.
you don't know why, but you're just touching the door frames and you feel like this house is a comrade somehow.
Did we talk about Bruno?
Yep.
That house is gonna hold your beer.
That's right. That's right.
Some
worry.
old boy, Bruno. That's kind of.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched that movie.
If you
Really?
get sick,
You don't want to cry for an hour and a half
No.
and get the song stuck in your head?
No.
Okay, that's fair. I lived through generational trauma. I don't need that
Yeah.
shit.
all right.
The song at the end is so beautiful, though.
I watched
It really
Turning Red
is.
though. That was cute.
Oh, there's a different emotional damage. I love it. Yeah.
It's similar generational trauma.
I was
Just
about
a
to say,
different-
yeah,
just a
yeah.
different flavor.
Yeah.
It's so good.
More spicy chilies.
One might say.
They leave
All right.
the seeds in their jalapenos.
So, next round comes up. What are y'all's approaches?
Yeah, anything dead that hits my lawn gets sucked in.
Okay.
She's not sucking in live things, just the dead things.
Ooh, nice
Yeah.
fertilizer.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
they
no,
can't,
that's
This
always
is the
been
second time this has happened.
they can't
Oh, yeah.
really.
the first time was live
they can't
people.
resist it. So everything that's dead will get sucked in.
Yeah. But Zhenya is specifically trying to reach out through the earth to find the leader.
Okay.
She's looking for that wolf.
We'll go for a resolve. What a weird combination, but I think your role is going to be resolve and notice. You're trying to get your senses out.
Yeah, there's not a lot of notice going on in Zhenya, but we'll try.
Well, the resolve should help
Yeah,
stave it off a little bit.
I have 6 in resolve, so yeah.
I think Jimena still is pretty sure she can't do a whole lot. But she's basically just kind of going to stand sort of in front of this doorway and be like, I feel like the house is probably good, but also I will be the one to stand in front of the house.
Yep.
I don't really know what.
Well,
What's
let's
up with the
go
house?
with a.
What's
Are you
happening?
planning to? If anything was to come in your range, would you
She would try at the
Okay.
very least. She's not entirely sure how much.
Okay. Would you use your magic? Would you use your weapon?
Probably just the weapon. I don't think
Okay.
she's gonna bring the
So
fire out.
let's go
on
with
purpose.
a straight finesse.
You're playing
Weaponry.
You're playing goalie on a team that has way too good an offense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just
right.
like, it's good out here. Get my exercise in.
Alright,
8 for shit.
8. Okay.
So does Knife Boy jump at us, or?
Oh yeah. Knife
All
Boy
right.
is going for it. You can tell from the demeanor that whether or not that person survives is immaterial at this point. It's the attempt, right?
All right. So I say left or right to Magnus and Vestin, depending on which corner he's coming from. I'm giving that one to Magnus if he hadn't already clocked him.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's the only one like nearby that I can tell. And then there's like the two other in the tree.
Yep.
And then the one came off of a tree.
Yep.
So the double, one
Yep.
one bottle each.
Okay.
Just gonna clonk them.
That's okay. 9. And it's ready to go 10.
Are you shitting me? Well, I can roll. I can roll 2, so that's gonna be the one I'm gonna roll. All right, it's better. It's fucking better. Okay. Rolled a 1 twice. What's wrong with you? You're my favorite. One of my favorites, anyway. It's fine.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, come on. Rolled a 1 twice.
Tiptoe me now.
Who taught you? Who raised you?
I learned it from watching you.
Yeah. Fair enough.
This makes me think of the Fifth Element. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yep, that's right.
Call my man.
Right.
I watched the Fifth Element tonight
Nice.
Nice.
in the background.
Yeah, no, still counts.
You got it at least by osmosis.
I mean, I've seen that movie so many times at this point that I feel like even if I was in a different room, I would still know what part of the movie it was at.
Yeah, oh no, 100%. Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what it unfolds.
No, you're like has not Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Tucker. Yeah, okay, yeah. Has Chris Tucker showed up yet? No. How agitated is he? And that's how
Yeah.
you know what part of the
Yeah.
movie you're at. It's,
Meat
It's a good-
popsicle.
It's a good barometer.
yeah.
Anybody else want to negotiate?
I told you guys out at Joshua Tree, you buy a pass for the park, and it's good for like 7 days. And so you just show the ranger the pass, and I fucking did. I was like multi-pass, and the one was like okay, and then like it took her a second, and she was like, as she said, you're good, and then she realized what I said,
Uh-huh.
and was like what, and then like I want to say someone else in the hut was like and I was like thanks, that's right. JC was like,
So sleepy.
This stretch.
what's fucking wrong with you? What do you do that? And I was like, it's for me.
Yep. Pure enjoyment.
That's right.
It's pure sugar. It's like eating a sugar stick as a child.
Ugh.
It's like
It's like I don't even know if she was young enough to,
Oh goodness.
you know, she seemed fairly young, and I was like, have you even seen this movie? Hopefully, someone in that hut will explain it to you. There's not a lot of people in that hut. Too many. All in that one car, holding onto the mattress.
just fucking arm out.
Right.
Oh, you can't do that.
All right, how much did you get on
I
that
should
record?
count. 2, 4, 6, 8.
I don't even enjoy what I was
10.
on.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fucking
Talking
coasting.
about
Yeah.
movies. Well, I've just been coloring
Yeah.
this whole time.
Yeah.
And let me know if you're participating in this round or if we're distracting me from your work too much.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
But I will this game, defer to you to choose the best, coolest,
Okay.
sneakiest option.
Yep.
Gesundheit.
Okay. Well, Rethold, you hear some of the rustling as this man goes for Magnus, and you're like, left or right, and Magnus is just...
Oh, no, I say left. If he's on the left, I go right. Okay, that's what okay, you know what I meant. Okay. He sort of follows your meaning and immediately puts himself between him and Knife Man, who, to your surprise, jumps on Magnus and makes him stagger back a little bit just from the force of the jump. Be fine.
But they're now in a healthy wrestle as you move to the north side of the lawn.
Imagine if he died. Oh my god, it'd be delicious.
2 bottles in hand, and you hear the rustling as you hear you fuckers are getting ready to help your buddy, and you fucking chuck 2 bottles one after the other into the tree.
Got that nice.
Yep. And it makes a very satisfying sound as you hear it connect.
These are real bottles, not that sugar glass bullshit. These are gonna shatter and fuck you up.
One of them...
They probably won't even shatter.
Yeah, just fucking clong.
Oh yeah, no, you hear like a sound like...
Yeah, it kind of reverberates and everything.
You hear the sound from a YouTube video of some dumbasses who tries to smash a glass bottle on their own head, but it doesn't break.
Just go,
and you hear the like clunk from it. That one falls from the tree.
That's right.
Pretty much immediately. The other one gets hit like in the chest, and you see the movement of like trying to grab the branches on the way down. So he fares a little bit better than his compatriot, who falls into a crumple and struggles to get up. This one somewhat manages to balance enough to get to the ground. And you see a pair of hand axes get produced as he hits the grass. His buddy did not fare as well, so no weapons are coming off yet as he tries to reposition and get up.
So I think the dead bodies getting pulled into the ground is definitely a fear tactic to be like,
Sure.
It will eat you.
Sure.
Don't come any closer.
Yeah, they gotta go like a yard or two.
Yeah.
As they get swallowed up, so they see it.
Yep.
That's what that was pointed out.
All right. Yeah.
Watch what happens when you enter my domain.
That's right.
And by my domain, I mean anything that's living.
That's right. Anywhere. Do not think about us.
Jimena, nobody is coming for the house yet, so I'm going to let you hold on to your 9 right now. You feel pretty ready, and like I said, like you almost feel like the house is back to back with you, which is a weird feeling, but it's there. But you're pretty confident. You're like, all right, my stance is great. I'm steady. Anybody who comes through here,
the house feels like it has a feral grin.
right?
Yeah.
Some old boy.
Zhenya and Evine, your turns will happen simultaneously. Zhenya, you're reaching out and trying to get a sense. You feel like on the east side, there's a secondary spot where there's a handful of other presences. You feel 4, and then you feel a 5th, but it's the weirdest thing. The 5th one is there, and at the same time, like, you feel like it's almost like when an animal is hunting out in the woods and feels like almost like part of the tableau, right?
Oh, yes.
He doesn't feel as much like an intruder as the others. This is something to your... You get a weird feeling, like almost like the trees respect that 5th figure.
Yep.
And
that's the one.
They're not... It's not necessarily marking it as much as an enemy as the rest of them.
Yeah.
As you notice that, you immediately feel 2 of the presences that you've noticed out of the 5 extinguish almost immediately as another arrow comes from the house and strikes through that group before they could reposition. And you feel them plummet from the tree, this time outside of your property.
Yeah.
You're basically littering on your neighbor's lawn at
It'll
this
get
point.
cleaned up.
But I'll come by with a bag later. I'll pick it up. Don't worry.
Yeah, just toss it over the fence, and then your lawn is like.
Technically speaking, according to the zoning laws, those are your days.
Kasha read all the papers.
God, this is like every fucking land dispute that fucking parents live.
Fell out of your tree. That's your.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's you. No, yeah.
I want to see the land drafting documents. Your fence is on my side. It's like
It's 3
fuck.
inches on my land.
It's freaking like the same anywhere.
I'll show you 3 inches.
That's actually
Is that how big it is?
It's fucking like court TV, like all the fucking time, except with like a bunch of provincial hicks.
So it's not even provincial Hicks. So like up the hill over here on Clayton,
Yeah.
it's all dirt roads, and like every rainy season, the people can't like go up the hill to their fancy ass fucking houses, and so there's this big like, no, we want to pave the road, and there people would have to, the city who has to pave it goes, well, in order to pave the road here, we have to cut into this 6 inches, and the guy who owns that land goes, fucking no, you're not, because he's at the bottom of the hill and he doesn't give a shit. So they've been fighting for decades
God,
over
yeah.
6 inches of land.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest bullshit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back at my parents, it is 100% with provincial hits. Like
Yeah.
those are all the characters. Like real ass stories. Like the.
This
Well,
cow wanders onto my field.
yep.
It is my cow now.
My septic tank is on your lands, but the previous owner gave me permission to have my septic tank on there, and because it's more than 7 years, it's squatter's right. So that piece of land is now
Oh
mine.
my god.
So now that
Oh my
my
God.
fucking shithole is now part of my land, so now you gotta move your fucking fence past it because this is the kind of shit.
And
that
just
people
and just
do.
a cut, so it's like
Yep.
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 Yep. This is
Wow.
this bullshit.
Yeah. Man.
Squatters' rights.
I got
Um,
grandfather into the septic tank.
I
Basically.
actually watched a legal on that where they were like, where he was like, rights you have that you probably will never use, and it was
Yeah.
that.
It's basically
Yeah.
that. I don't know how long it is here, but I think it's 7 years.
It's
up
something like
there.
that, yeah.
It's
It's-
basically if the landowner doesn't,
Yeah.
use their claim, then now it's yours,
And you have to blatantly trespass for that time.
Yeah.
Yep. That fucking bullshit.
It's pretty
just,
glorious.
But
But yeah,
okay. But yeah, there's that presence is still there, and as the two start to plummet, you can feel almost like you can feel the pullback from the other presence.
She doesn't want that. All the vines right now, going for him. Thorns, don't let him go.
All right.
I want to talk to that one. Get it.
Okay. Next round, Jimena, you can hold on to your 9, or if you want to take a different action, you can.
No. Jimena's just here for moral support, really. She's pretty sure that everything is over there.
You know what? I'm gonna let you keep your 9. Roll me a panache intimidate, because now you're partnering. You were partnering with the house. Now you're partnering with the lawn.
Yeah.
You're part of the intimidation crew.
Intimidation squad.
Yep. Retold, you have 2 people in front of you, one of which is scrambling to get into a fighting position. The other one has pulled axes. His landing did not lend itself to him making an immediate attack because he had to.
I got 6.
He basically had to tuck and roll to not break bones. 6. But that's sort of the situation in front of you. Magnus is still tussling with Knife Boy.
It's so sexy when he fights.
Does Axes look like he's got them in a throw grip or in a chop grip?
It looks like a throw grip.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. I'm gonna wait for him to throw.
Just end of the...
Yeah. I wait for him to throw because I want to catch them.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna do
that's a flex move there.
I'm gonna do a panache plus brawl.
Yep.
Because I'm like just yeah. That's what I want. I would like to acquire his weapons when he attempts to give them to me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll on that.
Exactly how he meant.
Yeah, that will be resolve brawn again if you're trying to.
Yes. She stands up with like that. No! You're not going anywhere. Eyes still closed. But she's at attention.
15. I got a 6? No. 7. Close enough.
We have those for being legendary traits.
11.
These
11.
That one for that one for brawl.
Oh, come on. 14.
Oh,
What?
boo.
Whoa, you're so disappointed.
15.
because you're-
15. No, I didn't get 14 raises.
Oh.
I have several 15s and a 14. Like, maybe?
Well, your 10 explodes.
I know that was I
Oh, you
I
already
exploded
did it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
It made the explosion already.
that's this one I think. It's a 7 in here somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's unfortunate.
Right?
I mean, you still got.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, how many raises do I need to catch an axe that's thrown at me? So whatever that is times 2.
Yep. Well, you're in good shape.
That would
These
be
are weapons you're intimately familiar with.
So if it's like 2 or 3 each, that'd be like 6. So I want to bank 3 then.
Okay. Yep. I will tell you. If you keep 3, I will let you repurpose that attack if you like.
That's yeah. What is that? And so I'll spend 1 raise to what's that? The reapproach or whatever that is.
Yep.
The improvise.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use the other 2 to just thunk it into the guy next to me, into Rethel, who's with Magnus, just like thunk thunk hawk, and just maintain aggressive eye contact.
He's just gonna hit his partner.
And if there's an extra second in there, and the guy looks up, and just be like, I'm just gonna point at the other guy, like, oh, he hit you. He's bad at his job.
You don't need to train.
Okay.
Y'all need to get better. We're drunk. We're not drunk.
I don't know that.
Zhenya, even though your eyes are closed, you feel for the muted presence in front of you. The 2 that are still with him are very prominent when you're sensing, and his presence is fading, and yet you're still pushing for the vines to go for him.
Yeah.
And you can, even with your eyes closed, you can feel not quite as his eyes, but you feel like he's staring
knows.
back,
Yeah.
right? And your vines
2 creatures know.
are this close to getting to him, and you feel him shoving the other 2 right in front of him and your vines wrap around him as he basically just falls through the trees, and it almost feels like he's part of the tree as he's falling down, like it's falling leaves.
Yeah.
It was sir.
The
I don't
two,
think so.
I think he's probably icing.
Yeah.
the two that got tangled in your vines, like get yanked forward in full force, and almost fall forward into a couple of Evine's arrows.
Oh, these are thorn vines too, so it's
Oh, yeah.
not fun.
It's not fun.
No. I was looking for
Yeah.
best grip.
Or
And-
maybe he's Highlander with a scar. Ooh.
Oh no, Ricardo.
Evine, you feel pretty enraged by this,
Yeah.
but your senses hit something else because you're so attuned right now. You hear a detonation below, and you hear something basically getting fired at the house. Not a gun. And you clearly feel in your heightened sense, Ricardo's been hit by something.
Oh.
Oh,
And-
no.
You feel his vitality just damage beyond him getting hit by a normal projectile. There's something foul.
No.
Oh,
Would
shit.
Hannah have seen what this projectile was?
Fucking
Roll me a
cannon.
wits notice.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever set it off is about to die real hard.
Oh no, the NPCs.
Yeah. I've got 3 advantages that are tied to that NPC.
Yep. Yep. Which is why you can get a clear sense.
Yeah.
Zhenya, because you're so in tune and you know some of this stuff,
Yep.
you get the distinct sense that Ricardo's been poisoned.
Oh.
I fucking called it.
Yep.
Wait.
What, fucking Julia?
That fucking bitch is back.
Damn it!
She's still around.
Well, Jimena can help.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah,
Well,
no,
so,
get it.
I mean,
Jimena,
Get it. Fuck it up.
corner of the yard, basically like flanking the spot where Ricardo is at. It's a tough angle to shoot at. Whoever shot that is actually really competent. And you see basically a crossbow drop from the tree and land at the corner of the yard.
who spoke her name first? Who called this?
Oh, it was me.
Does like Ricardo make a noise at all? Like
Oh, you hear just the softest grunt, and since you're in the house, like you can hear the voice of Isak, who's awake.
no.
Oh
and
no!
He's like, Ricardo, hang in there.
And
Oh,
then,
we got
no.
Jimena's
And
turned around and run.
You hear through the groans, you hear Ricardo, like, you've never heard him like angry, but he's like, you dumb kid, get away from the window. Get away.
Yeah, Jimena like turns around,
Power slides into the
run,
room.
well, turns around, runs inside, does like a to at the basement, like runs into the basement to grab like whatever, just grabs like a armful of random bullshit, and then goes like hauling up the stairs, being like, "Who's shot? What's happening? Why are you here?" Like,
Sorry.
it's like what's
Yeah.
it's like Ricardo, what's wrong? Oh, hi Isaac. Hey, like
Ricardo's on the ground below the windowsill, and you see that even in his weakened state, like, he's sweating profusely right now, and you see the crossbow bolt, like, sticking out of him, but he's physically holding
Isaac's
Isak
down.
down from below the window, like, basically almost in his lap, like, he's laid like this, and he's like, don't
Jimena
go
has
near
a
the
moment of
window.
like, and then shakes it off.
He's like,
Later.
No.
Ricardo's
He's
like,
genius.
I don't know where it came from the corner. I thought I swept. I just didn't see it.
She ducks down. She's like, "Here, drink." She's like, "Drink this one."
If
If you poison him more, I swear to you!
I won't
You
poison
can
him
wake
more.
up
I'm
to-
much better at this now.
It's an epic hack. It's fine. He didn't ingest anything.
Their room is close enough to yours. Like, you hear all of this fucking panic and commotion.
And then you hear the feral sound that is
No,
Jenny.
you feel this.
Hey, shit's going on.
Yep.
Murder.
Just
Does
like,
the dress look different
Murder.
now?
Murder.
it still looks the same.
Oh, it hasn't been a whole day yet.
And you get a sense
Not
that
yet. Not yet.
it's because you have not commanded it to look different.
Well, it had a mind of its own yesterday, so I didn't know it needed me to tell it today.
Well,
It's a power bottom.
Now that you've exerted your will on it, it's just gonna wait for you to decide.
Yeah.
It's gonna encourage you.
Girl, wear whatever you want. Your body, your fashion.
Yeah, you can get to this and you will arrive to the scene.
I'm just
Even
gonna be
if
all
you're
over
still
it.
with us, with your 11, when you sweep to that corner, you feel the familiar presence through the trees.
God damn it.
This bitch.
It's not a sight, it's not a smell, it's just straight animosity.
Just
Loathing.
yeah.
Complete and total other loathing.
It smells like Julia.
You throw a shot almost
Julie.
blindly in that area. You're like, I'm guided by almost nothing but my anger right now.
I mean,
You shoot into the sky and still it comes out.
And your arrow hits something that's not a tree and not a branch, because you know what that sounds like. You hit something soft, and you hear the softest grunt and the rustling of leaves as whatever you hit is trying to haul ass from the corner. You can almost hear a soft chuckle through the leaves.
No.
She
alright,
a hoe.
well, I'm already spending my hero point.
How am I supposed to, I'm not sure I understand what's happening yet.
Well, when you arrive in the door,
Just slither into the dress. It
when
will
you
guide
arrive,
you.
when you arrive in the room, Jimena's like, "All right, give it a set." Like, okay, deep breath in, and then she strikes
Alright,
her
there's-
thing to like cauterizing Ricardo's neck
yeah,
or wherever he got shot at.
yeah,
So,
it's right above the collarbone.
Yeah.
So I don't bother to get dressed unless the dress slithers to me. I
Yeah.
just leave.
No,
It
my robe.
falls off of the form and crawls towards you.
Because I'm not thinking, I gotta put my dress on before I help my friends. I'm like,
No,
oh shit!
The dress is already gone. It's crawling to the backyard on its own. It has a
You're-
knife like sticking out
What
of
have you
the,
got
of the
there,
neck
dress?
hole.
A knife!
Well, my thought is,
No,
I don't need this thing to do
the
stuff.
dress
No.
It helps me, but
From the doorway you
I
hear,
won't let it own me.
blood.
That's right. That's right. You were the murderer all around.
I know.
You didn't need me.
That's weird though, but
No, the dress is.
Dude, you probably could though, just hold out your arms as you walk
You're
through the
just-
room.
You're just
And it would
spawned
just
now.
leap onto you. Yeah, exactly.
Like
Okay.
it just
Oh my
slithers
God.
onto you as you walk.
Yeah, like a badass.
Elsa
Yeah.
yourself.
That's right.
No, the dress is
No, I want
Inert.
to be spawned.
on the mannequin.
Like,
And as you get into the room, you see this scene. The
Which also, I don't think, because Isaac wasn't there, so I don't think Isaac's ever actually seen Jimena do fire things before.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Isaac is just laying there on the ground because he knows
Yeah.
Ricardo will try and shove him back.
Oh yeah. No, he got splattered with
Okay,
Ricardo's blood as the
so-
bolt got pulled. There's like a sticky, like olive green sap,
Yeah.
on the bolt itself. Like
Tight.
it looks like
Put it
looks
in a
like
pile,
plant
save it
matter
for later.
almost.
yep.
But Ricardo looked worse for wear for a little bit. I think your draught is helping him, but he's real fucking pale.
Well, she has to go in the basement and experiment and find out what this is so she knows how to make an antidote.
Right.
Yeah. for Zhenya because she's gonna suck it into herself in a second.
Right?
I mean,
the
I don't
wound has
actually
been
know who did this,
cauterized.
but I
Oh yeah,
think
no,
I will-
he's
But-
it's
Still
it's all
another
about
trace?
that poison right
She,
now.
Yeah.
So.
she has.
Okay. Roll me your resolve.
She has a thing about poison.
She's
empathy.
dwarvish,
Yeah, well, so does Jimena.
Yeah.
so you go. Yeah,
But I just take it into myself.
she can absorb
Oh,
it. So
yeah.
Yeah, Jimena's just immune.
Yeah.
nice.
So she can be like,
Probably a similar. Yeah,
tastes like hemlock.
that's right.
Oh shit. What is this one?
How can powder, bitch? I snort. How can powder?
Ah, screw it.
So I have
My hands
I have
don't work.
healing, where I take your pain and make it my
That's
own,
probably what you'll do.
and I also have purify, which can cure any poison.
Mm.
But that's not what she's gonna do.
All right.
You're gonna eat him?
No, she's much more feral than that.
Not in front of everybody, not in front of Isaac.
No, he needs to learn.
That's Jimena's job.
You keep telling me that you're never gonna cash in on that, so let's just let it happen.
We don't know. She might.
You gotta see in the moment.
It would be her first time
It's
also.
part of the magic. is
She
that
needs
the-
that
That's
in.
sweet. Oh.
It's part of the magic is that the opportunity has to always be there.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, no, you would know that. You would know that aura anywhere at this point.
Yoink.
Do I know? Can I like cast my senses out so I know exactly where she is so I can tell someone else?
You can. She's moving through the tree right now.
What's the best?
I whisper into a shadow.
Okay.
She's right here. It's too bad I can't bless you through this through this connection.
A
but-
cheek pokes through the shadow.
Yeah. Just the cheek.
I mean, if that happens, I would do
We
it.
don't,
But
yeah, I'm like, we don't know what cheek it is. It's just
Oh,
Yeah,
some
God,
soft
right.
flesh. It's
I won't ask any questions. Eh?
That may have been attempted in the past. Maybe not by Evie, but someone at some
I
point.
mean,
Someone at some
stuff.
point was like, does it still work if it's the butt?
I hunt in the buff. It makes it more stealthy.
You only have right.
Here,
I run
open the
faster
bells.
when I don't wear my clothes.
I was behind. Not to run.
It feeds on their fear.
That's right. That was my old gaming group. That was our D&D thing. It's like when you flee, discard your clothes. It will make you run faster.
Dude, seeing Red, the one ant who Naruto runs.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit? I was like, oh my god. So good.
Yeah.
All right, let me know when I can lose my temper.
Well, it is now a new round, so
Done did it.
Okay.
feel free.
All right, so Zhenya feels the absolute horrific pain of Ricardo getting hurt, so she drops to the window, sees what's going on. While that's happening, fur is growing on her, and she sees that he's stable enough, and then reaches forward to lick the poison to use that to track the bitch. Because if she has one arrow of poison, she has another.
Jimena's like,
Yeah, she just reaches out and touches it. And then has that, like, her eyes are glowing so fiercely bright green right now. And a white wolf drops from the house and just takes off with a angry howl.
Oh, a little.
Now there's two wolves in
I'm
the
like,
forest.
oh, a little wolf. I thought it was some fucking spy master bullshit.
Playing vampire now?
Yep.
We've always been playing Vampire Rabbit. You know that you started it.
Eh.
Fucking La Sombra bullshit.
Yep.
Wow.
Jenny's a gangrel. She molds with the earth and everything.
What am I? Weird Tremere?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You're a very niche Tremere.
Yeah.
Jimena's like an anti-vampire. 'Cause she gets firepower.
No, you're a proper Tremere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm immune to fire as long as it's mine.
Maybe it's not even real.
Exactly.
Illusions.
Or Ravnos. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Or you're just like a changeling.
All right. So you're going full tracking.
Yep.
All right.
That's what the wolf does.
Because this is hitting on one of your convictions, I'll let you use resolve for
What?
it.
Does this count as earn a hero point? No, not yet. Fuck.
Yeah.
I have to get hurt in order to do it. God damn it. Alright.
Aren't you actually hurt emotionally?
I mean... Yeah. Anyway, this would be resolve...
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Resolve what?
Emotional damage.
Resolve...
You're tracking,
Yeah.
so I'll let you use warfare for this.
Yes.
Would you say that I improved another Thean's life through alchemy just now?
Yes.
Hooray!
/ you saved maybe somebody's life, because that thing seems to be acting pretty fast. Like, Ricardo's not looking good.
Yay.
Better living through science. Huzzah.
Yay.
Yep.
Not sure what else I can do.
Where the flying fuck is
I'm
there?
still in my
Oh.
slippers and my robe.
Yeah, right. Still in my bunny slippers. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, wasn't that how you trained with the knives?
Well, you've already given a location, so...
But I have a new turn now. I can
Yep.
do new things.
Yep.
Dang it, but I don't know anything about the other person that you're all looking for, so...
Well,
The
I've
other
given up on him.
The other person may as well be gone.
Yeah. That's not Jenna's favorite thing to admit right now, but there are more pressing matters.
It's fine. So let's see. Let me look at my vision.
Jimena is going to take the arrowhead with the stuff on it. She's going to take Isaac and be like, come with me, I need your help.
Oh, you're gonna take him down to the lab?
Take him down in the basement.
To see what's on the slab?
Oh my
He
goodness.
quivers with antissa.
Say So come with me, we're going to do science.
7.
But I'm promised to another.
It's the best I could get.
Not for science.
Come, there's some chemistry in the basement.
I think I read a novel like this once.
Ooh, the lolly. Does my direction sense count in this?
It does, because you're gonna have to get through the brush.
Yep.
Unfortunately, she's also working against you.
Yeah.
And she's particularly good at what she does.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we all know. We
Oh,
dropped
we
a
know.
house on her and it didn't work. Or a tower or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yvonne literally destroyed a
I don't know what that was.
construction structure
Yeah.
to be like, Wicked Witch of the West, that bitch, and then she was gone.
Yeah. The cat.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
Wicked Witch of the East.
It sounded like it died. But...
Yeah. Did you
Well,
find
I
it?
think it's there's something like right behind your chair. I don't know if that's what it
There's
is.
a paper there.
Like hair clip or something?
Oh, there's something next to her.
Oh yeah, there's this.
Oh, he got it.
Which looks like
A hair clip?
Oh, that's not even mine.
might have made
Huh.
the noise.
Because I don't use those.
Yeah, I don't see anything else on the floor.
Hmm?
So maybe that was just on the table?
I don't know. That was very confusing.
There's a weird flow chart.
That was something. Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know. Alright. Mike, does this?
It's a mystery.
That's not. No, kind of not. No.
Well, it might be over there, like underneath the.
Yeah, it could be. When we
We'll move the table.
when we
Yeah.
clear our shit from here, we'll be able
Figure it
to
out.
hunt for that.
Dog's gonna eat it.
Okay. So yeah, that was 7 for Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might be able to do that.
Marlena, you're gonna go do research.
I'm
You're gonna
I'm
science.
Jimena is gonna
Jimena's
go
gonna do
science.
that. Sorry,
We need a montage.
Yeah. I thought of Marlena.
That's because I was talking.
Would it? Let's see. What should I? Do I need to roll to science? Wits and I have wits and craft.
Yep. Craft would work.
Wits and craft, wits and survival.
Yeah, craft I think would be the most appropriate for that.
Well, the only thing I can think of doing right now is trying to anchor to Julia since I just traced her.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Dude.
Resolve empathy.
Okay.
Trace that dick.
I don't want to trace her dick. I don't like her.
No, she's a dick. Trace her.
I'll dick trace her.
Mm-hmm.
I got 6.
6, okay.
Well, 3 10s. That's nice.
Yvonne, you have a direction in the sense of where your opponent might be from Marilena whispering it into darkness.
Oh, Peter.
Yeah. You got 2 feral creatures following you now, bitch.
I got 12.
Now what?
12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, like, while the anchor is attached, I can tell the target's direction and distance relative to me, their health and emotional state, and I can basically use any other of my Tessera honor from a distance. So I think my next thing would be to cursor, but if we even get to that point. Might as well put all the debuffs possible. Screw this lady.
Right? Fuck this lady. You've been trying to kill this lady for like
a year.
Ever.
Yeah. Like a year.
Sorry, I forgot I wasn't on mute.
Yeah. I just
Video editing.
hear eat.
That's what that is.
Did you use your regular mouth for that sound, or was it a different mouth?
Wow, I
didn't know that
wasn't-
they had.
Fighting
That
and
wasn't
wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But I should tell that story
You
later.
Yes.
you beautifully catch both axes from the air
And just
and in a smooth motion knock out the one that was still struggling to get up.
Clonk.
Yep. Yeah, he's out. You can even plant a foot on him if you'd like, but he doesn't seem like he's about to move. You see your opponent reach out for a knife at this point, now that he's been thoroughly disarmed otherwise. Morale has been shifting as he sees bodies disappear under the lawn. He also sees behind you Magnus getting the upper hand with his other buddy. You get a sense he's not going to surrender, but you also get a sense that his belief that he will survive this encounter is not high right now. So he's getting ready to make one desperate attempt. You also see him eyeing his buddy, and you're not exactly sure if he's not going to try to murder his pal as well.
What?
so he doesn't talk.
I assumed.
But he's giving the vibe less of a predator at this point and more of a cornered animal.
He's a rabbit in a snare trap. That's you. You're the trap.
That's what I meant.
Yep.
It's your leg. It's caught in a bear trap. Actual cannibal shine.
In case the metaphor was not
So
clear.
much. Oh, I can watch this shit on repeat for an hour.
Oh, fine, bye. It was nice while it lasted.
Just telling me it's bedtime.
Lasted a good while.
She's going outside.
I I like disdainfully drop the axe down, and I'm like, this is boring now. Rethink your life choices. And that's a panache plus intimidate.
Okay.
To just be like, just be done, bro.
Go for it.
You're not. This isn't the fun. This isn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. Everything's happening over there now. And I'm like, don't play with your food, Magnus. And I just start walking towards this other ruckus.
Could you describe this ruckus?
It was a huckus ruckus. All right. Yeah, what's up?
There's a little paper bag behind you with a blue cap sticking out of it.
Mm.
Can you hand me the blue cap thing? Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know how much more it'll fit.
Hmm.
Deanna bought me this bottle because that's bigger than it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very cute bear.
No, okay.
Now that's on the internet, she'll never watch this.
Right.
That's the basicest bear I've ever seen.
The basicest bear.
It kind of is, yeah.
Evine, let me know
See that.
if you're taking an action. We'll
What do I roll to pursue?
Okay. You
Right.
would roll. That would be
2, 4,
finesse
6,
and
8, or
athletics.
I was like,
8. Yeah.
Zhenya is a giant dire wolf situation, so if you want to ride Zhenya's back and combine your tracking with my tracking, we fucking find this bitch and tear her apart.
8.
Yeah.
She's gonna die tonight.
Tonight's the night.
I mean, seriously, I'm gonna curse her with.
I
I have
was just gonna
7.
do that.
I have 7 lashes. She's going to have no dice left.
No, that's fine.
Also, I need to get rid of these lashes.
Yeah. You're accumulating them. You
I
know I
keep-
can buy them from you, right?
Yes.
Right, he says.
This is how Ricardo ends up shot with debilitating poison.
It may or may not be.
Which
Well,
I think would be hilarious.
Honestly, though, like I've never actually like.
I'm sorry.
I think I only ever
I don't know why
did
I'm
it
like
once.
this. I'm talking to my therapist about it.
It's okay. But I mean, I'm looking at the 7 and I'm just like, maybe I'm gonna have to give John a dice.
No,
Don't give John dice.
no.
John doesn't need dice.
I don't know.
If it's not-
Give them to me.
He's got plenty of dice.
Give them to me.
Yeah. What's the worst that could have happened?
Remember when we got married and what mine is mine and yours is mine?
Right? Come on. What's the worst that could happen?
What the worst that would happen is that I get back to San Felipe and my husband's dead.
See, you said it out
Yeah,
loud. Why would
But
you
Tony's
do that?
not the one that's leading this game, though.
That's right.
It's true.
That's true.
Oh, you don't think he's got it in him?
I'm not saying that he does it. I'm just saying that I feel like it's still less likely because you're not in charge.
And also, at the end of the day, he sleeps in the same bed as you, so he's not gonna do it that hard.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you might just, regret that.
Yeah, but he has like 3 different floors to hide in, so like, wow.
yeah, he's got that like upstairs. There's booze. There's a desk.
Just
He can
barricade
sleep-
the door.
I can survive
live
for.
here a while.
That's right.
Well, there's not a
That wouldn't
bathroom up there,
last.
though.
If he has a cheese
No.
stove,
He's got
that's what the
bottles.
empty bottles are for. That's
He's a
right.
boy. He can
Yeah,
pee
he's
where
gonna
he
get
wants to.
Right out the fucking
window.
window.
That's right.
I'm gonna go down there and be like, why do all the plants
You're
keep
very-
dying down
You're
here?
very on Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Gross.
Which
I'll
side has
leave.
the bad neighbors? Or
Yeah.
maybe you can.
Oh, it's on that side.
I'm not
stars,
sure
2
anymore.
birds. Hell yeah.
Right. What if I can arc this over the fence?
Oh, man. Damn it. I'm married. Bruce.
I'm sorry, I'll leave.
Too fucking late, no
Weird.
backseat.
Triple score if they set off
This
fireworks on
fucking
that
thing
side.
has no return policy.
God
You should
damn.
have read the fine print.
You bought it in a different country.
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's no
Right?
Oh,
receipts.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
The import tax is ridiculous.
My folks will 100% not take this back. So
God damn. Alright. Guess I'm stuck then.
Yep. That's what happens when you order off
All right.
catalogs. You never know what you're gonna get. Anyway.
Okay.
ahead.
So, Evie, let me know what you got in Rethold. Same.
8.
8.
11.
11.
You're getting 11s all over the place.
Yes.
It's very average for her.
I had
I
the
know,
first
right?
11.
All right.
I noticed she got a 9 once. Like,
I know, I heard that too. I didn't say anything.
I wasn't sure
I
it was
didn't
real.
want her to feel
you know?
inadequate.
Again, it's like I didn't point it out because I'm not an asshole.
But now that you said something about it,
Oh, I
witnessed
pointed it out. No, I did. I was like, single digits? Are you okay? Well, we all know my secret.
I was about to be like, we all know you're an asshole.
That's right. Yeah.
We love you anyway.
Mhm.
That's
You're
why I keep
our
feeding you
asshole.
cheese.
Because we're an accepting group. Well, Marilena, you lean hard into this, and you've had many encounters at this point with this person.
I still don't know if she's also a fate witch, so maybe she'll be able to. Right.
No, she isn't.
Okay.
No,
Good thing.
she's like Evine.
Yeah, she's just
That's the problem.
exceedingly good.
Well, I was just saying that because one of the things I wrote in for Anchor is that other fate witches can take control, possibly.
But you also know
We killed
that
the other
sooner or
Fate Witch.
later, skill or not, fate catches up to you. And this is what you lean hard into as you focus on her and focus on what you know of her. And you know her wickedness has to be extinguished. And in that moment, in the space between two branches as she's tumbling through the trees, you can almost see her, and that's just enough for you to build a link, and you just
Lasso
dump
Witch.
all of the bad vibes you've ever gotten from fate into that anchor. You don't even hesitate. You're like, I'm gonna curse the fuck out of this lady right now.
This is one time when I need fate to bend to my will.
Yeah.
We should have gotten that girl to help you. She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, she kind of didn't, but that's all right. She's learning different stuff back home.
Lavinia?
Mhm.
I remember that name.
Yeah, because you're invested in her. She's
Yep.
a baby.
That's right.
But I'm invested in Olivia because I'm curing her of...
Yes.
Oh yeah, 'cause she's a patient.
She's
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's the new little sister. I'm giving her kisses too now.
I saw.
You basically focus all of your negative energy into that anchor.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even 100%, it's going in the right place, but you just focus on your
Right.
anchor, and you're like,
Okay.
I am fucking doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And
I already went through with it. No
you
time.
hear in the distance like a sound, not quite pain, but almost like surprise. And you hear the foliage getting louder,
That's right, bitch. We're magic.
as if weighted down by some unseen force. Her escape seems more labored to you now. You're in physical pain
Figure.
right now,
Go wrap yourself in the dress.
and for a while, like it's almost like paralyzing. Like you feel an ache in you that sort of takes you to the core.
These kinds of things always exact a heavy cost.
Yep. You almost have to sit down, but you sort of force yourself to steel yourself through it. Evine, with your 11, you give chase and you look at the wolf ahead of you, and as you leap, you're basically like, I will ride this mighty steed into legend. And as you leap into the air, the surroundings around you fade out, and you know you are standing in old Avalon, in close proximity to the table that the knights used to sit at. And your presence is muted compared to your fellow knights, and yet you know full well that this is your place. You sort of look around and basically see a beautiful landscape around you. What the Emerald Isles used to look like centuries, maybe millennia ago. For a second, you also feel the presence of the growl really close to you. Everything sort of stands still for a second as you take in the scene, and you hear your voice, but it's also not your voice, saying, "You know who you are. We are Pega the Forgotten. This anchor threatens to kill your anonymity. You have to destroy her. Don't let her know you. She dies tonight."
Don't worry.
And you're basically back to yourself as you land upon this large feral wolf dashing through the trees.
Oh, you want some Princess Mononoke shit?
Yeah,
Yep.
because she's a big white wolf.
Yep. You arm your bow and you're ready, even as ready as could be. You almost feel like your presence fade out even more than usual. Genya, you barely feel Evine atop you. And as luck would have it,
Is it luck?
you're following this lady through the trees, and she seems to slow down.
Yes.
She seems to stumble.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And as you open your mouth, Genya, to almost like taste the night air, a trickle of blood from the arrow that Evine had shot previously, a trickle of blood hits your snout, your face, and your tongue. You know the taste, and now you know the scent. Like laser tracked.
This is happening.
You know where she is. And she makes a mighty dash to sort of get further ahead. But you leap behind her and snap your jaws right around her ankle. You hear her muffling her cry of pain, but she's now plummeting to the ground. And Evine, up in the saddle, she's primed for the shot. As Genya's jaws sort of clench further on her, just drawing blood, tearing the bottom of her leg out.
Yes.
Evine, you let out a shot right behind her neck. and it pokes through the base of her skull as all three of you plummet
Our
down
left eye.
into the foliage below. And she hacks and coughs at the arrow that's now piercing down her neck. And Zhenya, if you're closing your
Yep, just
jaws
working
on
her
her, she sort of turns around in her last breath before she gets pretty much devoured. She looks at the both of you, and there's just the faintest trace of a laugh that escapes her lips as she looks up to Evine. She says, "You win. I knew it would be you."
Did you know it would also be this wolf eating you, though?
Nope.
And some fate witch pushing you down.
Yep. She holds on as much as she can, but the pain eventually becomes too much, and she lets out one final cry into the air before completely expiring.
Yay, we killed her.
Did we kill her?
You're eating her to make sure.
Yeah, basically.
Lisa, I'm imagining you doing what Princess used to do to the cushions in your van.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
It's the animal grabbing the rabbit and like shaking it violently to break its neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Evine, you hear the echo
just shredding.
from the past again saying, "No anchors. You know your fate is to be forgotten, but that's the path we walk."
Bum, bum, bum. So now that I've eaten this bitch, I gotta book it home? Cause, are you at peace with this? You wanna hang out here? Like...
You probably want to go and look at what she's got on her, though.
Yeah, no, she's definitely rooting around for like a pack. Yeah. I'm looking for an antidote or something.
That's right. You find a cornucopia of stuff if
Yes.
you dig through her. There's most of it is basically just gear, right?
Yeah.
There's several vial of that same sap that hit Ricardo. There's two other small hand crossbows, like the one she used. Several knives. There's a bag full of random things, like a linen shirt, something that looks like a wig, just powder, right? There's a length of rope. Yeah, you basically just find a ton of tools.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of it is also mangled as Zhenya is just going to town and basically ragdolling her at this point.
Yep. It's kind of sad to watch it at this point. Like, oh, honey.
Oh yeah, no, she's real dead.
Yeah.
Did you get the tasty bits in the middle?
Yeah. No, Jenny's gonna bring back like her shoulder to her, like just her shoulder, her arm, and her head to deposit on the front lawn and be like, you don't suck that one in. That one sits there. That's the totem.
But yeah,
for the other wolf.
You ride back into this. Rethold, you deliver the ultimatum to your guy. He looks at you, and you even like. I think you're looking at something else at this point because you're just like, I delivered my message and I'm done.
I just sort of turn and pick up one of the bottles that fell, and just take a drink and wait for Magnus to be done.
Yeah. Well, Magnus is done before long. He's grabbed the haft of his axe at this point, and he's managed to jab the haft under the neck of the guy.
Yeah, he's gonna move, yeah.
And basically, he's just leaning on it, like on the ground, and before long, the other guy expires.
Do I get the knife?
That he's shaking.
Uh-huh.
He looks like he's gonna do like suicide by cop right there, like, and just charge you. But he looks at his buddy. He looks at you, and finally he hears rustling through the leaves, and in just one final act to wrestle some control out of it, he takes the knife and jabs it into his own throat.
Smart.
Leaving his buddy there, unconscious and captured. And
I go over and I there's no identifiers or anything on them, probably. Yeah, no. So I just toss them over towards the lawn, since I know that'll take care of it.
Yep.
And sort of clean up the mess a little bit.
You have one that's alive and knocked out. And before long, Eugenia Wolf comes in with parts of what used to be an assailant.
She's now a red wolf
Yeah.
with those glowing eyes.
Marlena, you feel you've exerted your will on fate, and now you feel a deep chill settling onto you. Like you're just fighting like a really bad flu for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be out of commission for a little bit.
So does this count as sticking to a plan even if it's a danger to myself?
Sure. You wanted to take her out, and you did.
Yep.
Regardless of consequences.
Oh yeah.
Evine is nowhere to be seen.
That's fair.
But we're not surprised.
Jimena,
Yes.
you work with Isak, and Isak at this point is not even questioning what you do.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Take off your pants.
he's just like, well,
I need them.
he might. He's just there, and he's just like,
She's basically being like, I need you to hold this. And here, like, no, like,
Don't breathe in.
it's like, here, let me give you. And she's like, here, put this on. Like, ties it.
The
Yeah,
little
Mask
bandana.
him up, yeah.
Yeah.
and you get into the zone. Like you start to work.
She starts being like, can you bring that over here so I can, like, okay, thank you. Like, Jesus.
Yep. He's basically just asking the minimum number of questions he needs to ask to get the job done.
Like, only asking things pertinent to
Yeah,
you.
basically. Like he's staying out of your way. He's assisting where you ask him to.
He'll be a good husband one day.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
This is some kind of natural compound. Very likely plant-based. You don't care to know the names. Like you basically just analyze the toxins, and you're like, this is what I need to do to neutralize this agent. And you run a few tries. Like the first couple compounds you come up with are like, no, not quite. Isak is not asking any questions, but he can't tell at all what the difference is between the different iterations you have. And by the third time, you're like, this is it. I think this is safe to drink, and will not have any adverse effect, and will probably slow and kill the poison in Ricardo.
Come on, Isaac.
Likely.
Like, yeah, okay, come on, let's go. Like, wait, what? Like, put that down. We don't need to bring that with us.
Yeah, he's only doing what you explicitly tell him to do. So if you don't tell him to drop something, he will carry it.
This is us now.
Yeah.
I think we tie up the captive. We basically rig him, gagged, at a corner of the house where you don't see him if you're just walking around the house, but he's outside and barefoot, so that the grass can just tickle his toes, just at the edge.
Yeah.
And he can see that that most of the yard looks completely serene, but he can see the back of like the head and part of arm.
Like as the mounds like suck the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then, you know, the bloodstained white wolf shows up and deposits the remains of this woman and then tears into the house.
I'm not even sure you could tell that that's a woman. Anymore.
Meanwhile,
Well, no, and that's part of the thing where it's like all that serenity, and then off to the corner of the eye, there's just that part of a torso that's still there.
Ricardo is sort of still below the windowsill, holding like his wound, and he looks at Marilena, and he's just pale as a sheet and drenched in sweat, and he's like, "How am I the one that got poisoned, and you're the one that looks worse?"
I just say fate.
You get like a that's
Here comes Jimena.
yep.
Like, here, drink this.
Yeah, there's no
in the full
antidote
lab coat with
There's
the
no antidote
goggles,
for this.
with the goggles and
Great Scott!
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
How did your hair get
Just
like?
Kramer enters the
That's right,
room.
yeah.
Like
I saw
Isak,
Yzma. But like,
Oh yeah.
even
Oh,
before
I've even got a cross.
Isak steps
Hey.
into that room, Isak just like
Antidote for
reeks of
Ricardo.
ammonia.
Ricardo's
somehow.
antidote.
Jimena doesn't.
The antidote that we're gonna give to
He
Ricardo.
does.
Yeah.
Somehow.
The antidote specifically
Specifically
for Ricardo.
Yep,
Ricardo's antidote.
Antidote, exactly.
that's right. It's like, you can't take that one. That one's for Ricardo.
Like,
It will
here,
only work on him.
like, this should work. I just made it, but it should work. Give it a sip.
Ricardo grabs it, and he's about to sniff it, and Isak is like,
Just go.
Yep.
It's like, you be quiet.
It's a shooter.
don't do it, don't do
It's
it.
a shooter, not a. It's a shooter, not a sipper. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
He basically shot glasses this thing.
Right as he throws it back, in comes this wolf.
Mhm.
Yep.
Smearing blood
Drenched
all
in
over
blood.
everything.
Isaac gets like thrown across the
Scrambling.
room.
Yep. This is just the thing that happens.
You step like aside, and you're like,
Like, I'm like,
"Hey, it's good."
It's like, I'm pretty sure I got it. I'm pretty sure I saved your boyfriend.
And as she collides, she turns back into Zhenya. Again, just drenched in blood and cuts and nicks and just hysterically sobbing.
Jimena walks over to Isaac and it's like, I think we should go this way. Like, just
Yep.
kind of
I
shoos him
also
out
just,
there.
you know, looking like half dead, just kind of shuffled away.
Yeah.
All three of them just.
Yeah. Jimena leaves with Isak, and then Marilena just like slides out of frame like an anime ghost, like just like
Pretty much.
all woobly.
It's like,
Slither.
do you need something? I could get you something.
So, if you guys come downstairs,
Probably not.
I'm sitting at the table with a tankard, with Magnus, and I'm like, when they're ready, we should just go to the school.
I literally need to take 2 days off. So
Yeah.
because I'm really just, I don't want to get to 10, because when I get to 10, bad things happen. So I need to get rid of this, and to get rid of it, I need
Yep.
2 days.
Jimena is not at 100% either.
But I mean,
But
you
I can help
totally
that.
do that.
Yeah. You can help with the physical recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, once people
Yeah, think of things that I can do while sitting at home. I might actually just sit there and write a letter to my husband and
once
Pick up knitting.
once
I
people
already
leave
did
the
that.
room,
Yeah.
Ricardo basically still lying in the same spot,
Yep.
right? Like just gives up on trying to fight getting up,
No.
but just grabs at Zhenya's arm and just pulls her down to his level
Yeah.
and wraps an arm around, and he just says, "I'm sorry. I thought I looked."
A lot of very incoherent Usurin.
He
Here it comes.
Yes, it's back.
and then he says,
All right, kitty.
"But I assume you got her. All is well. I'm."
And just snot.
Yeah, he's like, I I'm alright. I'm alright.
And then when she finally remembers that she has to speak to him in a language that he understands, the story of, my father died saving people in a burning building but didn't make it out himself, and my mother died 1 week afterwards with a broken heart. I can't do this.
Well,
You're not allowed.
he sort of just listens. Just like patiently just trying to calm Zhenya down, but he's just listening, and he's like, I know. Don't worry, I won't do that to you.
And then like hours later when she calms down, just where's Marilena?
Downstairs. I look at Marilena and I go, I can't take any of that from you, but is there a way you can give me any?
I don't believe so.
That's too bad.
It is. She had to go.
Oh yeah, no. Matt, I felt it. I wish I had been there.
Guessing Ricardo is recovered enough to stand.
Yeah.
She drags him downstairs with her because she's not letting go.
Yeah. He follows.
And then I'm gonna spend that hero point I just got and take. How many you got? I can take.
Well,
I can take 4 dramatic wounds and still be okay.
Okay.
You would have to clear some of your
I can only
lashes.
do one at a time, though, right?
Well, you could only do 1 at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I do this, I take 7 immediately. So then I have 2 dramatic wounds. Can I do another one?
Yep.
Not allowed?
You can.
Okay.
So Marilena
I can drop 2 down with 4.
falls into
Okay.
Zhenya's arms and then just
And
starts
then
bawling.
Zhenya fucking hits the ground.
Yep.
So how many dramatic wounds am I taking from her?
3.
3.
Jimena's just like, do I need to give you all? I can make more.
Meanwhile, Vena's like glowing because she just transcended into.
She just floats in,
legend.
Yeah.
but none of us see it.
Even he's like standing 1 foot at the crest of the house, like just
Glowing.
Yes.
No, even you
Beacon of
feel
light in the-
you tapped into something very old and very primordial, and you know that the magic of your people come from embodying the knights. You are it at this point.
Does that earn me a hero point for protecting my sworn comrades?
Yes. It will.
Yes.
Because you almost killed yourself grabbing all of these. Like,
Yeah.
Zhenya immediately falls down.
Yeah,
And,
basically. I've got 2 dramatic wounds left until I die.
You have like
Jimena's gonna
way
give
more
you
than I do.
things.
Ricardo.
So,
I can get up to 7.
Ricardo does go to Jimena and says, thank you.
it still doesn't
I don't know
sit
what
well
you put
with me, though.
in this, but
That's funny because I don't either.
the burning
Join
is
the
gone and I feel like I can breathe again. So
Well,
I
it's good.
appreciate your help.
That means it worked. You are my first test subject because I literally just made it. So-
It just happened.
but if you give me a moment, I can probably help your girlfriend also.
I am
I
actually
bet.
thinking I might want to use some of that poison on someone else
Mhm.
now, though.
Well, we
You
fuck
brought back the pack.
Evine.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
a bandolier of it.
yeah. Evine's got it.
I can probably synthesize it for you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Science.
So,
Yeah, now it's
so how
Isak
much
who's
does
sliding out of
Marilena or Jimena give me?
Wait, what did you do to Jimena?
What do you give me to heal me?
Oh, I'm probably just gonna give you a potion that makes you
Drop 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Because as I sleep tonight, I'll drop a 2nd. and that'll put me at 3, and that's not bad.
Oh, you're sleeping?
Well, she's
I'm
passed
worried.
out, so
I literally
I
have
feel like
taken so
I
many
cheated
dramatic wounds I
somehow.
can't stand.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm
Because
healing
I
her
had
so she can
somebody
get out
else
faster.
take
Oh, all right, yeah, all right.
Oh, don't worry. I want to do what you're
She
saying.
wanted to.
Payment is payment.
That just feels wrong somehow.
Well, Marlena's gonna have to live with that.
Uh-oh.
Fate is not discriminating whether you take the toil yourself or if you have your family take it.
Transfer of debt.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's Jenya's deal.
Fate's debt is paid if your loved ones are willing to take it from you.
It's not something I would do often. The thing is, like, I would have had to take time off to heal that otherwise.
Yeah.
And
But also,
we don't
it's
have time to take time off.
with Jenya, she doesn't exactly ask. She grabs and heals.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
Like,
It's
and
it's
she'll take as
also-
much as she can
it's
until
for
she
the
can't.
greater cause.
Yeah. Because I
I
heal
get-
faster.
I give Jenya a hug,
Oh.
and then give Ricardo a hug.
Yeah. And
Then
then
suddenly
Ricardo has
there's
to like
just
take her
hugs.
back upstairs.
And then the dress hugs you all.
Yeah, the dress hugs everyone.
Yep.
You hear a slurping noise.
Then somehow
It's
the
just-
house hugs us.
Yeah.
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 I bet the
Everything's-
Dome of Void
And
feels
then you
real
hear a
foolish right
purring
now.
noise.
Well, they didn't come in the house.
No.
Oh, no, yeah.
Bastards.
The
That
normal
do-
boy doesn't care. Like
that-
it basically is like, yeah, you asked me to watch the house and your family, so
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they come in the house,
I got
I
it.
will do what you ask me to do. In the meantime, I'm just gonna sleep around.
I don't know why I still use this paper thing.
Do it.
There's a whole
Hell
way.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. There wasn't enough room
I
for my
have a
shit.
whole, and there's about to be another one.
How many experience do we get?
Yeah, do we
pristine.
level?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Get 4 for taking down a major enemy.
I don't even know what that number says anymore. Doesn't
By
say.
sheer fate intervention
Yep.
is all your interlocking skills that made it happen.
I'm very sorry, Kitty, but I need my bag back.
Say goodnight, Internet.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Internet.
Internet.
Kitty. Come on. Thank you.